base. So I'm going to park your way too big truck in this way too small spot. And if you don't have the right auto insurance, this might leave you crunched for cash. So get Allstate, save money, and get protected from mayhem like me. Who's next?
Savings vary based on coverage selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament.
Wants to try another three. He'll make another three.
On the SEC Radio Network.
In SEC country, the key to our confidence comes from having a goal.
Cover three. Ready?
And knowing just how we're going to get there.
8 seconds. It's plenty of time.
So in these pivotal moments, we come together for inspiration and a plan. Financial confidence in SEC country works that way too, when you and your banker get together to create your personal Regions Green Print plan.
I think that'll really work. Thanks.
So let's huddle up, because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, price lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
Listening to coverage of the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament on the SEC.
Going to try to take it coast to coast with a finger roll. Lobs it and nails it at the buzzer. Oh, wow.
The SEC Men's Basketball Tournament is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. By Bush's. Bush's Chili Magic makes chili magically fast. Just chop, drop, chili. By Farm Rich, the official frozen snack of the SEC. Grab a snack. Gatorade, the official sports drink of the SEC. Gatorade, it fuels the best because it is the best. Mercedes-Benz, official luxury vehicle of the SEC. By Pfizer, the official pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine awareness sponsor of the SEC. By Regions, official bank of the SEC. The Sonic Smasher, live free, eat Sonic. Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the SEC. Sprouts Farmers Market, official healthy grocer of the SEC. And by T-Mobile 5G home internet. Time for the Johnsonville pregame show. Johnsonville, reminding everyone to keep it fun, keep it together, and keep it juicy. Now let's go live inside Bridgestone Arena in Nashville.
All right, we are about 15 minutes away from our fourth and final quarterfinal of the day. It features the 3-seed Alabama Crimson Tide and the 6-seed Kentucky Wildcats, both the Tide and Cats finishing up some pregame warm-ups in front of our broadcast location. We just got done watching Florida take care of Missouri by a final score of 95-81. We owe you the T-Mobile play of the game. Lot to choose from because the Gators offense was absolutely cooking. We chose this one from the second half.
14 to shoot. Left of the circle. 3 now in the air for Martin is good. And that might be the dagger. You said it. Can't give up threes. There's one. 89-75.
Just an extra pass. He was going to bleed the clock. He saw his teammate open, passed it to him, and he wanted it. Knocked it down.
As called by our crew of Jason Benetti and Tony Delk, Elijah Martin with the three-point dagger. Florida's offense was just sizzling tonight. 95-81, they get the win. Martin had 17, but it was Walter Clayton Jr. with a team-high 18 points to lead the Gators in scoring. Florida, as a team, shot 61% from the floor. They were on fire in the first half and put up 50 points in that first half before cruising to a 95-81 lead. So there is our T-Mobile play of the game, brought to you by T-Mobile 5G home internet. Now for our player of the game, we went with Walter Clayton. As you heard, he led all scorers with 18 points. That is our Bush's player of the game, brought to you by Bush's Chili Magic, which makes chili magically fast. Just chop, drop, chilly. Florida dropped Missouri in the quarterfinal round. Gators move on to the semifinals. They will get the winner of Alabama and Kentucky coming up. And we're back to Nashville in 2 minutes here on the SEC Radio Network.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, we've spent 80-plus years in the business of fun. Expert fishing fun. Early morning hunting fun. Late night, need new cleats before tomorrow morning's game fun. Relaxing fun. Mouth-watering fun. So whatever fun adventure you're gearing up for, you'll find it for less at Academy Sports and Outdoors and at academy.com.
We know that sport has the power to change lives on and off the field, but today, the majority of kids in the U.S. are no longer playing sports. As the leader in fueling athletes, Gatorade is committed to helping reverse this trend and creating positive change across our communities. That's why Gatorade has launched Fuel Tomorrow, a new multi-year initiative to help everyone have equal opportunity to play sports and realize their potential. Learn more about Gatorade's commitment to break down barriers and help millions of kids get into the game by visiting Gatorade.com/community.
You're listening to coverage of the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament on the SEC Radio Network.
Johnsonville asks, you know why they're called sausage links? Because they have the power to link people together. Isn't that beautiful? I read that somewhere, or maybe I just made it up. But the point is, instead of stirring the pot on social media to drive people apart, let's stir the jambalaya or the Italian sausage rigatoni. And you just watch. Johnsonville sausage links link people, just like the sausage patties is a way people pat each other on the back. Okay, that I totally made up, but it's also very true. Keep it juicy out there.
Sonic Radio. It's time for my favorite segment, Ask the CIO. Hey, caller, you're on.
Hi, a big fan. I used to think I could never love another burger more than my favorite. Then I tried the Sonic Smasher. With its tangy smasher sauce, melty cheese, and hand-smashed Angus patties seared to crispy perfection. How do I tell my favorite burger it's been replaced?
Easy. You don't. It's a burger. It has no feelings.
Sonic Smasher. Try it as a double or triple. Live free, eat Sonic. See menu for details.
Getting ready for Kentucky and Alabama. It's time now to head back to the locker rooms and hear from both head coaches. It's brought to you by Gatorade, the official sports drink of the SEC. Gatorade, it fuels the best because it is the best. We'll start with the 3-seed Alabama, led by head coach Nate Oates, whose team picked up a huge win at Auburn to close out the regular season. Some much-needed momentum for the Tide heading into the postseason.
Yeah, I think it gives us some confidence that we're still one of the best teams in the country when we put it together on both sides of the ball. So, we had a tough 7-game stretch to end and took a couple more losses than we wanted. But I think, we had some tough ones on the road, like at Tennessee. But, we were able to get a road win against the one team in the country, our arch rival, and we'll hopefully get us on a run. We can get some wins here in Nashville. That's
Alabama head coach Nate Oates. He is opposed by Kentucky head coach Mark Pope. Kentucky won a thriller against Oklahoma last night, but Coach Pope downplayed the win, said it's all about the process. We got to be ready to go for the next one.
We're pretty boring. It's the same old boring habits, and so we're trying to dial in on being fully immersed in the next play, not carrying the baggage of the last play and not worrying too much about the play after that. And our guys had some incredible examples of that they'll get to look back on tonight and look back on as we go into the NCAA tournament in terms of being able to do that better and better and believe in it more and more.
That is Kentucky head coach Mark Pope. It's starting to get loud here inside Bridgestone Arena. Kentucky and Alabama on the floor. We got the starting lineups and the opening tip coming up after this on the SEC Radio Network.
Severance Season 2 is now streaming on Apple TV+.
What you all did 5 months ago was one of the most
Cheers, Insiders! Thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon, this evening, this morning, the middle of the night, wherever it is where you're watching from. Thank you for spending your time with us here and cheering on whatever team it is that you're rooting for in the SEC tournament. Please do us a favor and let's get some more basketball fans here in the chat to help us raise money for SickKids Hospital in Toronto and have a really good time partying it up during March Madness. hit that like button down below. As well, please share this link out. Every single share is so massive. Please share it out as it helps YouTube recognize that more people are enjoying what they're watching. Now let's get back to the basketball. Good luck to your team.
What do elite athletes and luxury vehicles have in common? A winning drive for starters. Both are versatile, intelligent, and constantly innovating. Both navigate speed bumps and leave fans with goosebumps. And of course, only the best become stars. Mercedes-Benz, available in electric, gas, or plug-in hybrid. Discover uncompromising luxury at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Learn more at MBUSA.com. Mercedes-Benz, official luxury vehicle of the SEC.
College softball season is in full swing, and we're just the ones to talk about it. Join me, former Florida Gators All-American Amanda Lorenz, and my co-host, Jennifer Sarah, every week as we deliver the latest in college softball on the D1 Softball Podcast. We've got all the latest, whether it is in the circle or in the batter's box. We have interviews with coaches, players, and more. We'll go through the week's top 25 poll and give our insights, as well as our plays, wins, and whiffs of the week. Let us get you in the know on all things college softball. Listen on D1Softball.com and the Varsity Network app.
This is the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament. The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Over to Sears at 3. Sears at 2. At 1 for the win. Ball game! Ball game! Ball game! Bama wins!
The Kentucky Wildcats.
Oway, midcourt, drives against Elvis, goes to the basket, layup, good! It's a good shot by Oway. 0.5 seconds to go.
These are the starting lineups. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the SEC.
Teams. First for the Kentucky Wildcats. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Newark, New Jersey. From the All-SEC second team, number 00, Otega Oway. At guard, a 6'7" graduate from Washington Heights, New York, number 4, Kobe Brea. At forward, a 6'11" graduate from Westchester, Pennsylvania, number 7, Andrew Carr. At guard, a 6'1" freshman from Eddyville, Kentucky, number 11, Travis Perry. At center, a 7-foot graduate from Nottingham, England, number 22, Amari Williams. The head coach of the Wildcats is Mark Pope. And now for the Alabama Crimson Tide. At guard, a 6'4" freshman from Mobile, Alabama, from the All-SEC freshman team, number 0, LeBaron Philon. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, from the All-SEC first team, number 1, Mark Sears. At guard, a 6'11" senior from Devils Lake, North Dakota, number 4, Grant Nelson. At guard, a 6'4" senior from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, number 8, Chris Youngblood. At center, a 6'11" senior from Benin City, Nigeria, number 11, Clifford Amori. And the head coach of the Crimson Tide is Nate Oates.
All right, those are your starting lineups brought to you by Southwest Airlines. These are the guys who are going to be calling our nightcap this evening, Kevin Ingram and Matt Zimmerman. Guys, great to see you. Anyway, this game isn't an absolute track meet tonight.
Yeah, Stephen, it certainly feels that way. I mean, you look at these two teams, Z, and they can put some points on the board. Those things don't always play out that way, but we'll also look at the factor of Kentucky playing a late-night game, the heroics of Otega Oway, and Alabama having a little more rest as they enter play tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a team that averages 92 in the conference, Alabama, and, of course, Kentucky in the mid-80s. It's a high-scoring game, it looks like, but you're right. Sometimes you think it's going to be that way, and it ends up 62-61. So let's see what happens. But there's a great crowd, a great atmosphere here in Bridgestone. Of course, always a lot of Kentucky fans. Alabama's going to have to play well to beat them.
Yeah, I think so, too. And it is always a great atmosphere. And as you say, a lot of blue in the house. I see some crimson here as well. And Kentucky has owned this event over the years. But Alabama trying to win a third SEC championship in 5 seasons. They've really played well in this tournament in recent years.
Yeah, they've won. They're trying to do that. And they've won regular season championships under Nate Oates. They've been to a Final Four. And you got to say, since he's been in the league, 2019, he's had the best program. He's got the most conference wins, 75 during that time. So Nate Oates and his staff, and he's in the second year of a new staff because he lost them all before. So he's done a great job at Alabama. He has done so much for that basketball program. Mark Pope in his first year for Kentucky.
Joe Lindsey, Doug Shows, KB Burdett Jr. are tonight's officials. KB will send it up. Ball in the air. Alabama controls the opening tip. They work from right to left as we do it right at midcourt here at Bridgestone. White uniforms with crimson trim for Alabama. Kentucky in the blue as the lower seed, trimmed in white. Outside of Davis, Phylon lobs down low and a dunk. There's Cliff Amari to get it started for Alabama.
Yeah, great play right off the bat. Simple pass, lob play, dunk.
Amari Williams up top for the Wildcats with Alabama leading 2-0. Played about 30 seconds here at Bridgestone. Brea up top. Had a good night shooting last night. Carr feeds it left of the lane. It's Williams. Back to the basket. Turns around. Flips it up with the left hand with Omori defending. Shot was no good. Left it way short. Omori goes to the left baseline to pick it up. Alabama with a 2-0 advantage. Nelson hands it off. Right wing. Youngblood tried a three. Had it blocked out there. Looked like Otega Owe was the one who got to it for Kentucky. Travis Perry getting the start. Hands it off to Brea. Straightaway three. And an out no good. Climbing up to get the rebound. It's Nelson for Alabama. Right to left, the Crimson Tide leading 2-0. A minute deep here in this fourth quarter final of the day. Nelson from the corner. His triple wouldn't go. And Otega Owe gets in there and gets the rebound for Kentucky. A lot of shots, not a lot of scoring early on. Alabama has the only 2 so far. Otega Owe in the paint. He floats, it wouldn't drop. Rolls off no good, and Nelson got the rebound. Alabama with Mark Sears, a 2-time All-SEC selection. Flips it outside, following with the touch. It's Nelson down the right lane line. Put it up. It's going to be a block foul whistle against Kentucky. And Alabama's Grant Nelson gets the game's first free throws.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting start, really. Not a lot of baskets, just one. But a quick tempo, both teams putting it up. And really, that was a charge. I mean, he stood his ground, but they've changed the rules. And the referees are not calling charges very often. He ran right over Andrew Carr.
Carr got the foul. The crowd didn't care for the call. Nelson hits the free throw. First foul for either side and first free throws for either team as Nelson steps to the stripe. He had a good game against Kentucky the first time they played. A double-double with 25 points and 11 rebounds. Guy who is 5th in the SEC in rebounding and just shy of 8 per game. Nelson shoots and hits a pair. 66% on the season for the 5th-year player out of Devil's Lake, North Dakota. Alabama 4, Kentucky nothing. Played a minute and a half. Perry plays the point. Flips it over to Owe on the right. Dribbles out the balance of the floor. Hands it off to Brea. Back to the basket. It's Amari Williams. Back up. There's Perry. Put it up. Rolls off. No good. Nelson got the rebound. Crimson Tide with a 4-0 lead and with the basketball. Phylon looking to penetrate. Now it's Nelson in the paint. Going to dribble out. Hand it off to Youngblood. He stopped to the free throw line. Foul on the floor. Whistle against Kentucky. This time it will be Travis Perry for his first and the team's second. Shot clock resets to 20.
Well, with Lamont Butler out, with Jackson Robinson out for the year, Kentucky's got to get as much as they can from the trifecta of Trent Noah, Travis Perry, Colin Chandler. And those guys, you can't miss wide open layups. And Travis Perry had made a great backdoor cut, great pass by Williams, and he missed a wide open layup. Can't do that.
And Lamont Butler is a huge loss for Kentucky, not in there tonight. Another lob, Amori trying to throw it down on the lob from Phylon. Couldn't get the dunk to go, and Kentucky got the long rebound. Owe offensive court, left to right. Puts on the brakes inside the three-point arc. It is Carr outside. Gives to Brea. Brea continues on the bounce. Flips it over to Williams at the top. Nelson comes out to pressure. Williams going to back him down all the way down the left lane line. Got in close. A whistle and a foul will be against Nelson. First for the Crimson Tide on number 4. We'll see if this is free throws for Kentucky at the 17:45 mark in the first half.
Yeah, I think it's going to be foul shots. And you know what? There's some pretty good players already getting one foul in this ball game. So that the fouls, the officials, how they call it, it's going to be really interesting to watch.
Amari Williams, he is 65% on the season from the foul stripe. 19 minutes last night, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. First free throw is up and good for the Nottingham, England native. He is a Drexel transfer, 7-footer and a graduate student. Really talented player. Over 1,000 career rebounds in the game at Missouri to close out the regular season. Not many players in college basketball have 1,000 and 1,000, but he does, and he has 2 free throw makes. Get Kentucky on the board. 4-2 Alabama leads. Play just over 2 minutes. Philon front court, left side, trying to use a high screen from Amori. Now a lob and Philon slams. Screen roll, making Amori. Philon flipped it up there, and Amori hammers it down. 6-2 Alabama. Good start for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, Amori looks like Dominic Wilkins here in the first half. He's tried to have 3 dunks so far. 2 of them he've gotten down.
He has been a highlight reel so far. Williams with his back to the basket. Amori guarding. Flipped out to Perry on the right. Perry trying to move past Youngblood. Puts on the brakes in the paint. Pounds it off the backboard with a shot that was way too long. Dug out on the opposite side by Amori. Here's Philon, left wing for Alabama. Straight away Sears. He wanted to pull the trigger off the logo. Thought better of it. Continues on the bounce. Back and forth. Now will step back, take the 3. That one missed badly to the left. Goes to the deck. Ball flipped to the outside, and Brea picks it up for Kentucky. Left to right, the Wildcats have it, trailing 6-2. Oway right down the middle for a flush. First basket for Kentucky for a guy who had a couple big games against his former team, Oklahoma. 6-4 Alabama. Crimson Tide on offense. Youngblood with a touch, a straightaway Nelson. Down the right side, he goes off the glass and scores. Nelson with 4 early.
Yeah, that was nice. The attack to the right side. Good finish.
Carr to Williams. Holds the ball at the top, still has his dribble, puts it on the floor. Amori wrapped it up, and a foul on Alabama's number 11. His first, and the team's second at the 16-21 mark, and Kentucky gets a fresh 20.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fouls called. They've called it, I would say, semi-tight. Just 2 fouls each, but that's 4 fouls total. We hadn't played 4 minutes, so if we keep this pace up, there's going to be 40 fouls called. Keep an eye on it, and you just never know how they're going to do, but it's a little bit tight called right now.
Alabama brings a couple subs. Mohamed Diabate, 6'7" second-year player from Queens, and also Jaron Stevenson, 6'11" second-year player from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Williams goes deep left for a catch by Perry. It's Brea out between the circles. Kentucky brought in Colin Chandler a moment ago. Launching Brea, good, way out there. Kobe Brea, one of the nation's best shooters, has the game's first 3. Alabama's lead trimmed down to a point. It's 8-7.
That was about 30 foot.
It was, at least. Sears deep on the left. Chandler trying to guard. Sears going to drive in. Puts on the brakes beneath the basket. Reverse layup there. Mark Sears. Over 2,000 points in his college career, makes it 10-7 Alabama.
He left-handed, finished that with a tough right-handed reverse.
He is such a good player and has been for a long time. And thrown away. They try to hook pass down low, intercepted by Alabama. Stevenson got it. Philon on the other end, lays it up and in. Alabama 12, Kentucky 7. The expected points, we've received it so far. 4.5 minutes played here at Bridgestone. Packed house. Holds about 17,000 for basketball. Williams flips it outside. Carr at the three-point line. Brea trying to shoot behind his screen. Now it's Carr on a screen roll. Lays it up and got it. Andrew Carr for his first 2. 4 different scorers for each side. It's 12-9 Alabama. Sears got all the way in. Split defenders and lays it in. Along that left side, Sears makes it 14-9. Consecutive buckets for Alabama's 2-time All-SEC selection.
Not the world's greatest defense so far.
No, it hasn't been. I don't know that we expected that anyway. These teams near the bottom of the SEC rankings in some of the defensive categories. Alabama hedged off a screen. They get a takeaway. Knocked down by Diabate. Now Sears, a transition 3. It's no good. Long rebound off the heel. Williams got to it for Kentucky. Out the head of the circle.
We're long overdue for a medium.
Yeah. Get there at some point. Chandler goes left corner. Perry tries a 3. That one's good.
Wow. Well, that's kind of a bonus for him. His first 2 shots were bad, and he took a tough left corner shot right in front of Bama's bench. He found nothing but the net. Travis Perry.
34% from distance from Perry, the freshman from Eddyville. Outside Alabama with the ball. 14-12. Straight away Stevenson's 3 off the mark to the right. Rebound pounds off the glass and goes to Amari Williams for Kentucky. Williams now backing in along the left side. Picked up by Diabate. Outside, it's Carr trying to fight around a screen. Plays right side. Chandler with the catch. Shot clock really hasn't been an issue so far in this game. It's down to 10. Williams lobs. Carr with the catch. Lays it up and got it. Nice pass there. Amari Williams give him the dime. Tied at 14.
Great pass. Amari Williams, the point center for Kentucky.
He gets quite a few assists. Sears and Youngblood swap passes on the left. Sears a little crossover. Steps back to the three-point line. He said Sears put it up. Had it blocked by Williams as he tried to lay up on the left side. Kentucky with the ball. It goes to Williams. Off his fingertips, out of play. Belongs to Alabama after the timeout. And Coach Mark Pope saying, hey, let's settle down just a little bit here. Frenetic pace to start this game. Alabama 14, Kentucky 14. 13:20 to play in the first half. This is the SEC Radio Network.
And if you want to grab a snack, grab a Farm Rich snack. Something about that song just makes me hungry. Well, any requests? Oh, how about some mozzarella sticks instead? Folks, it's time for me to grab a snack. Feel free to do the same. You can find Farm Rich in the freezer aisle. This next one goes out to all the cheese lovers out there.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, we've spent 80-plus years in the business of fun. Expert fishing fun. Early morning hunting fun. Late night, need new cleats before tomorrow morning's game fun. Relaxing fun. Mouth-watering fun. So whatever fun adventure you're gearing up for, you'll find it for less at Academy Sports and Outdoors and at academy.com.
We know that sport has the power to change lives on and off the field, but today, the majority of kids in the U.S. are no longer playing sports. As the leader in fueling athletes, Gatorade is committed to helping reverse this trend and creating positive change across our communities. That's why Gatorade has launched Fuel Tomorrow, a new multi-year initiative to help everyone have equal opportunity to play sports and realize their potential. Learn more about Gatorade's commitment to break down barriers and help millions of kids get into the game by visiting Gatorade.com/community.
SEC basketball is brought to you all week long by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Gatorade, the official sports drink of the SEC. Gatorade, it fuels the best because it is the best. By Regions, official bank of the SEC. And by T-Mobile 5G home internet.
Fast start here. Alabama 14, Kentucky 14. 13:20 to play in the first half. Quarterfinal number 4 in this Friday night in front of a packed house here at Bridgestone Arena. Kevin Ingram, Matt Zimmerman, and her whole crew. And Zia, I think during the break I reached down and laced up my sneakers a little tighter. You have to be ready to roll when you watch these teams. You're talking about 2 of the 3 top scoring teams in the country. Alabama number 1, Kentucky number 3.
Yeah, they really can score the basketball. They got guys that can hit threes. They got guys that can put it on the deck in attack. Kentucky's doesn't have as many guys that can drive it as Alabama does, but it's really 2 very potent offenses, and it's like a tennis match. I mean, it's back and forth pretty quick, but there's been 12 rebounds in this game, okay? There's been 0 offensive rebounds. So maybe the team that wins will go gather some offensive rebounds and give them another possession.
Kentucky has 7 boards. Alabama has 5. The Crimson Tide 6 of 13 from the field. 0 for 5 from 3 so far. 2 for 2 from the foul line. Kentucky 5 for 10 early. 2 out of 3 from distance. And 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. 20th meeting between these teams in the SEC tournament. Kentucky has won 17 of the previous 19. And the 2 wins for Alabama were in 1982 and 1983. Kentucky has won 12 straight.
Wow.
In the SEC tournament.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. 17 out of 19 games in this tournament these 2 have played. That's pretty impressive what you just said on the Kentucky side. And if you're Alabama, hey, this is a great opportunity to end that losing streak to Kentucky and find a way to win. And if any Alabama team can do it, it's this one.
And you're talking about an Alabama program that was just in the Final Four last year, and they are the higher seed here, number 3. Kentucky, the number 6 seed. Alabama on offense out of the timeout. Stevenson down the middle, Euro step, lays it up, got the roll, and 1. A chance at a 3-point play for Alabama's Jaron Stevenson.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give that to Carr, and if they do, that'll be his 2nd foul.
Carr indeed gets his 2nd. Ansley Almanor off the Kentucky bench to check in. 6'7" senior from Spring Valley, New York. Averaging 5 points per game. Scored 4 last night in 9 minutes.
It's a pretty big call right there. And that changes things for Kentucky because Carr was playing pretty well.
Jaron Stevenson, 5 double-figure games this season, and has a 3-point play here as he cashes in the foul shot to make it 17-14, almost 7 minutes deep.
Yeah, Kentucky's bench, they weren't in love with that call.
Full court pressure from Alabama. Let's see if they stay with it or drop back. Aiden Holloway has checked in. The Auburn transfer from Charlotte, 11 points per game. Almanor outside, moves it to the right. Catch here by Owe, lost the ball, had it knocked free. Sears was defending. Alabama in transition. Pull up right side, 3-ball, wouldn't drop. It's Holloway. Knocked around, picked up by Brea for Kentucky. Left to right with Alabama leading by 3. Under 13 to go in the first half. Brea stops, takes a 15-footer left side, bounces off, no good. Climbing up to grab the miss, Aiden Holloway for the Crimson Tide. Holloway turns down a screen, now lobs. Caught beneath the basket, put up. Amori couldn't finish. He was blocked out a little bit as he tried to gather in that pass, and Kentucky has it. Owe sees a driving lane, lays it up, got the whistle. Stevenson arrived late. Owe will get to the foul line.
Yeah, that was a great drive right there. Quick in transition by Kentucky. And Owe, who was so good last night, he made winning play after winning play for them. He drove it and he tried to dunk it. Good job drawing the foul.
Had that game-winning bucket on the basket he's shooting at right now with 0.5 of a second after Oklahoma had taken the lead in just a thriller of a game.
I know Oklahoma would like to defend that different right now. It's easy to say the next day, but I know they didn't like how they defended that.
Owe, some weird spin on that free throw delivery. Well short and no good for a guy who shot 77% during the regular season. Made 9 of 10 last night when he scored 27 points with 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Made 2 threes.
That drive at the end with the 5 seconds left, he finished that with his left hand.
He went up on the right side, able to flip it in with the left hand and gave his team a win. Free throw number 2, no good. Tipped outside, retrieved by Noah, who just checked in.
It was a good job by Garrison slapping that ball out for Kentucky.
Deep left side, Owe trying to probe. Nelson is in there. Owe flips it up. Back of the rim, no good. Stevenson got to the rebound for Alabama. They lead by 3. Coming up on 12 minutes in the first half. Full head of Steve layup attempt for Philon. He wanted to go up and hammer it. Foul on Kentucky as he took it up. It'll be on Almanor, his first, and already 4 for Kentucky.
Yeah, the fouls are starting to creep pretty high, and we talked about the 40 foul pace, and we won't get to that, I wouldn't think, but we're at 7. And we're almost 8 minutes into the ball game, so there's still quite a few fouls being called.
Alabama has Aiden Sherrill in the game, another 6'10 player. It just feels like they bring in waves of those 6'10 dudes. He's from Detroit. Free throw number 1, no good for Philon, who was part of the SEC all-freshman squad.
Yeah, first team all-freshman. I guess we only have one all-freshman team. He deserved it. He had a lot of big games.
Second free throw rattles home. So he makes 1 of 2. He was the first Alabama freshman since Colin Sexton back in 18 with 100 buckets, 100 rebounds, and 100 assists. Bama 18, Kentucky 14. 12 minutes to play in the first half. Almanor angles left, hands it off to Chandler. Behind the back dribble, trying to pick his pocket. Holloway, they went to the deck. And the Crimson Tide gets another takeaway. That is 5. Philon down the middle to the rack and flips it in.
Well, he's smooth and fluid. He kind of tried a little fake, gets a layup.
Alabama forcing turnovers in this first half. Arriving up top, Almanor driving against Nelson, puts on the brakes, left lane line, turns around, trying to find a teammate, bounces out to Owe. 14 to shoot for Kentucky. Owe, bounce pass, in traffic, intercepted, hit ahead, goes to Philon. Owe, the only guy back, step through, lays it up, rims in, good, and 1. Foul on Owe, who's down beyond the left baseline.
Yeah, you heard the slap, or whatever sound that was. I hope it wasn't his jaw or something, but I think it was, yeah, he's bleeding, I think.
Yeah, it looked like he got hit in the face on that play.
You could really hear it. You can hear the noise. I thought it was a slap of the arm, but that's bad news for Kentucky because the young man is bleeding and he's having to come off the floor, but it's immediate timeout.
11:24 to go in the first half. A free throw for Alabama when we come back. Crimson Tide 22, Wildcats 14. This is the SEC Radio Network.
Mercedes-Benz asks you this. What do elite athletes and luxury vehicles have in common? A winning drive, for starters. Both are versatile, intelligent, and constantly innovating. Both navigate speed bumps and leave fans with goosebumps. And of course, only the best become stars. Mercedes-Benz, available in electric, gas, or plug-in hybrid. Discover uncompromising luxury at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Learn more at MBUSA.com. Mercedes-Benz, official luxury vehicle of the SEC.
You're listening to the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament.
A shot from three, nothing but net.
On the SEC Radio Network.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm the old basketball hoop in your driveway, and I'm rustier than your game. I mean, seriously, I should have been replaced back in ¡99. So when you go up for a dunk, I slam down onto your car. And if you don't have the right auto insurance, you might have to jump through a few hoops to pay for this. So get Allstate, save money, and get protected from mayhem like me.
Savings vary based on coverage selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Alabama 22, Kentucky 14, 11:24 to go first half. SEC quarterfinal number 4. The winner plays Florida tomorrow in the SEC semifinals. And see, while we're in the break there, the officials were over at the monitor reviewing that last play. LeBaron Philon, when he went up to make his layup attempt, Otega Owe was defending. It looked like he caught him in the jaw with his right arm, and we'll see if anything comes of that in terms of maybe something on Philon here.
They're acting like maybe they're going to call something, but it looked to me like he was just an offensive player trying to make a step through, and Owe got in there and he got caught up. It was really a close bang play. And he got popped, though. I heard a loud pop, and I was thinking that was how when Otega hit him on the arm and slapped him. I hope it wasn't the pop of his jaw, but there was definitely a loud noise as that offensive attack was going.
Alabama on an 8-0 run, and one thing we've seen stack up for Kentucky has been turnovers. They've committed 6. Alabama's converted those into 9 points already.
Yeah, that's a big stat in the game. And also the points in the paint. Alabama's got 16 of their 22 inside the lane. They've not relied on just the three-point shot.
They are 0 for 6 from distance, where they do a whole lot of their damage. It's either 2-point buckets at close range or 3-pointers for Alabama. That's the way it's been in the time that Nate Oates has been head coach.
See what they say right here.
If Joe Lindsey gives us any clarity on what, if anything, they might call right here.
Yeah, I think he's just been kind of waiting on the band to go down.
It'll be one free throw for Philon.
Incidental, 0 weight will have 1 shot.
Okay, so incidental contact is a call. No additional foul here on Philon, and he gets 1 free throw. The personal whistle against Owe, his first.
You talk about Kentucky with Jackson out, with Kirk Risha out, and with Butler out.
It has made it tough on them. They have only played 7 games this season with their full arsenal of players as Philon makes a free throw to give Alabama a 9-point lead, 23-14. 11:20 to go in the first half. Williams in. Battle of big guys with Sherrell guarding. Here's Bray at the top, giving chase. Was Darian Reed, who had been listed as questionable inside. It was Brea flipping up a shot. Foul will be whistled against Alabama. They will get Darian Reed, the 6'8" first-year player from Georgia, for foul number 1, team foul number 4.
Yeah, we didn't even know for sure that Reed would get the play at all, and he does get in before the halfway mark of the first half.
Fresh 20 for Kentucky on the shot clock. Needing points with Alabama on a 9-0 run and leading by 9 after it was tied at 14. Williams backing in against Sherrell in the paint with the right hand. Up on the rim, rolls off, no good. Working cleanup, Trent Noah for 2. Breaks a drought for Kentucky, 23-16. Alabama quickly on offense with Holloway on the right wing. Holloway crossing over down the baseline against Brea. Trying to come out beneath the basket. Now works back to the right side. Steps back, takes a 3. It's short. Rebound to Perry for Kentucky. And a foul on the way down the court. I think it's going to be on Alabama. It was Amari Williams talking with official KB Burdett right here at midcourt. Yeah, Diabate got the foul for Alabama. His first, team's fifth.
Yeah, Diabate, very talented, big man. He can bang. He's athletic. He's another one of those guys that can rub those lob plays for.
Perry, offensive court for Kentucky. Both these teams won on buzzer beaters last time. Back trying to go to Perry. Tips it to the right corner. Three ball wouldn't go. Three was taken down there by Almanor, and Alabama has the rebound. They run the other way, right to left. Sears leaves it, driving Diabate, lays it up, left it short. Almanor grabs a rebound for Kentucky. Stays 23-16. Alabama in front as we near the midpoint in half number one.
He should have dunked it. He was right there. Nobody else was there. He should have dunked the ball.
I thought that was going to be his plan. Brea steps back to the left corner. Wide open three. Write that one down. Kobe Brea, 2 triples in the first half. 23-19.
Yeah, he turned to the Alabama bench and gave him the business after he made it.
They lost him and left him wide open. One of the nation's most dangerous shooters. Here is Reed trying to find a teammate. Drops it off to Philon. Leaves it on the left side. A touch for Sherrill. Philon tries a three. No good. Tips to the right baseline where it's retrieved by Kentucky's Travis Perry. Here's Williams, front court for the Wildcats. Driving in there against Sherrill. Off the window. Bounces. Good, but no basket, says baseline official Doug Schaus. Wiped the bucket off, and a foul on Alabama.
Yeah, Mark Hope getting a little fired up there at the official. Interesting.
The foul will be on Aiden Sherrill, his first, and that is 6 for Alabama. So Kentucky in the bonus for the remaining 9:40. Alabama leads 23-19. First half action at Bridgestone. Left baseline throw in. Almanor takes the over the shoulder pass. Touch for Perry. Now it's Brea. Williams with his back to the basket. Hands it off to Brea, right wing. Brea going to penetrate. Looks off his man and flips it in. Brea made a nice move. His first 2-point basket. Kentucky a little mini run here to make it 23-21. Back within 2. 9:20 to go in the first half.
He's the guy who's going to get to shoot it all he wants now with Ortega out.
Spears for the catch up top. Right off a high screen. They run that little drive and dive. Spears tripped up, goes to the deck. Loose ball, grabbed by Alabama outside of Diabate. Now it's Philon behind the back dribble. Backs off between the circles. Sears arrives with 6, with 5. Sears now with 4. Bounce past Diabate, lays it in. Made a nice cut to the bucket. No Diabate for his first 2.
Yeah, they're scoring a lot inside the paint. Alabama's not having to rely on those threes where they're 0 for 8.
Stops a 7-0 run for Kentucky. 25-21. Crimson Tide in front with 8:40 to go in the first half. Brea hash mark left side near the Alabama bench. Philon guards him closely. Brea puts it on the deck. Contested 3 is up. It's well short. Over to the left baseline. Saved in by Perry. Trying to get to it. No, it goes to the deck, and Alabama retrieves a loose ball. Here's Youngblood front court. Youngblood driving past Perry. Up on the backboard. No good. Blew a layup, and Williams got the rebound.
The layups is Alabama going to miss. That's 3.
Almanor to the trailer. Brea thought he might pull the trigger. They get Amori out to defend. Brea switching hands in the dribble. Dribbles at long range. Still behind the 3-point line. Puts it up. No good. Short off the front rim. Maybe a little heat check. And Alabama's Mark Sears got the rebound. Philon fans the left corner. Youngblood for 3. That's in and out. No good. Down low. Rebound and dunk. There's Cliff Amori. 3 first half buckets for Amori. Alabama 27. Kentucky 21. Timeout Kentucky. Mark Pope spins a TO at the 7:47 mark. And we'll take the break as well. Kentucky went on a 7-0 run. Alabama with a quick answer. They lead by 6 at the under 8 timeout in the first half. This is the SEC Radio Network.
When it comes to action-packed highlights, there's nothing like the SEC. And when it comes to packing your game day celebration with deliciousness, there's nothing quite like Bush's Beans. As the official beans of the SEC, we offer big taste for every fan and every tailgate, even if it never leaves your backyard. Come to think of it, we're kind of like the power conference of flavor. So draw up that beautiful bean game plan and stock up on your favorites. Bush's, that beautiful bean company.
On Southwest, everyone can change or cancel their flight without a fee. That means this solo travel queen can stay an extra day on vacay. No fee, baby. And these 2 lovebirds get 1 more day of freedom.
Our kids won't miss us. They're with Meemaw.
Well, this poor guy can bail on the bachelor party a night early.
I'm tired, man.
No change or cancel fees. For real. That's a big flex. Only at Southwest. Fare difference may apply. Failure to cancel a reservation at least 10 minutes prior to scheduled departure may result in forfeited flight credits.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
SEC basketball is brought to you all week long by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. By Johnsonville, reminding everyone to keep it fun, keep it together, and keep it juicy. And by the Sonic Smasher. Live free. Eat Sonic.
7:47 to play. First half in Nashville, 27-21. Alabama leading Kentucky in this final quarterfinal matchup of SEC Tournament Day number 3. Kevin Ingram with Matt Zimmerman. You look at the team stats. Kentucky 8 for 19, 3 of 7 from distance, 2 of 4 from the foul line. Alabama 11 of 25 from the field. Z empty from three-point land, 0 for 9, 5 of 6 from the foul stripe so far.
Well, they've done a good job driving at 20 points in the paint. But they're probably not going to win this game if they don't make a few threes, because Kentucky's going to make some threes, and for them to keep up or to stay ahead, they're going to have to make, probably 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 three-pointers in this game. They're behind the curve. They've got 0, but as long as they can keep attacking and they can get those dunks and get those lob plays, Alabama can maintain.
Yeah, Clifford Amore has been excellent inside with 3 first-half buckets, but you're talking about Alabama team. They shoot 35% from 3. They make 10 per game. Kentucky 37% for behind the three-point arc, and 9 three-pointers made per contest. These teams will definitely put it up. Well, it's been a fun tournament, hasn't it? We've seen some great games, and the 4 games yesterday were just off the charts. We have some more good ones today. Florida was able to pull away and beat Missouri in the first game of this night session, but for the most part, this tournament has been, I think, what everybody expected coming in here.
Yeah, I think so. It's been all these close games, and even the ones that ended up not being close were very entertaining and tight, just like the Florida-Missouri game right before this. It was tough, and it was a battle, and then Florida stretched it out the last 10 minutes to win the game, but there's been outstanding basketball, and I've loved it. These student athletes have come out, and they've all played hard. Every team has played hard that I've watched play, from LSU and South Carolina on. Everybody's battled. They've wanted to win. Hey, anytime we throw the ball up, one of them's going to win, and someone has to lose. So that's the tough part about it, but it's been a great SEC tournament.
Still more to go. 3 more games to play after this. 2 semifinals tomorrow, and the championship coming up on Sunday. It'll be Kentucky ball out of the timeout with 24 on the shot clock after Mark Pope spent a timeout, trying to settle things down a little bit. Travis Perry out at the center circle, pressured by Aiden Holloway of Alabama. Garrison just inside the three-point arc, goes to Carr up top, back in the game with 2 fouls. Hands it off to Noah down the left lane line. He floats, it bounces no good. Jumping too soon was Clifford Amore, but he got the rebound anyway. Holloway front court for the Crimson Tide, trying to turn the corner and go baseline. Turned away as Kentucky got Chandler over to guard. Now it's Holloway, a lob. Amore got up there and got it and just flipped it up the basket. Shot was no good. A foul on Kentucky, and this will be 3 on Andrew Carr here in the first half.
Yeah, they just put him back in, and they had to run a risk because they're in a little bit of a bind. But they're mostly at a bind at their guard spots. But that's a 3rd foul. You got to get him out here.
That is really big. He is a key piece for Kentucky, averaging 10 points and 4 rebounds per game. Had 11 and 7 in 27 minutes last night. But his minutes will be severely limited as Amore misses the first of 2 free throws. 69% on the season from the foul stripe. First time he's been there tonight. Double figures in 3 of the last 5 games, and SEC best 15 points in their big win at Auburn to close out the regular season with Mark Sayers, the hero. Free throw number 2 rolls home. 1 for 2 for Amore. He has 7 of Alabama's 28. They lead 28-21 with 7 to play in the first half. Perry to Williams out at the three-point line. Couple big dudes with Amore away from the basket to defend. Drops off a short pass. Garrison out at the arc. Gives it Chandler, who's seen his playing time increase. Chandler goes to Williams up top. Down the left side. Runs into Amore. Bangs it up off the window. No good. Foul on Alabama. And Kentucky gets free throws. Clock stopped with 2 ticks inside 7 minutes to play.
Yeah, when you're struggling to score, sometimes just be aggressive and go to the basket. Williams did that going to his left. He's a left-hander. He just power dribbled, and drew the foul.
Second time he's been to the free throw line tonight. He's 2 for 2 as Amori gets his second foul. Alabama has 7 in the first half. Kentucky's been whistled for 6.
Yeah, this takes care of one of the 1-and-1s. He gets 2 shots.
Williams back up at the foul line. 19 double-figure games this season and 14 double-figure rebound games. Free throw is good for the lefty. This guy here is a really versatile player. He's a tough cover with his size and really his passing ability too.
Yeah, absolutely. He can run. They run their offense through him a lot. He steps up from the high post. He runs a little point from them up there at the top. He often does it with his back to the basket.
Williams shoots and hits. Guys jumped into the free throw lane early, but didn't make any difference. 28-23.
And North Carolina had a bad lane violation.
Yes, they did. Cost them maybe a chance to go to overtime. Sherrill back in for Alabama. Has the ball between the circles. Hands it off to Sears. Works to the left. Fires to the right. Stevenson rises up. His three is in there. Jaron Stevenson hits a triple. He's 31% on the year. 31-23. Bama by 8. 6.5 to play in the first half.
Yeah, Stevenson's a pretty good shooter, especially he gets his feet set, takes his time.
Williams to Perry beneath the basket. Reverse layup is there and one for Travis Perry. His defender landed on top of him. That was Stevenson, and Perry will pop up and head to the free throw line.
How about that? Great little move by Travis. He made the left corner three a little bit ago. He was a little bit shook starting the game. He was in the starting lineup with Butler out, and he took a couple of wild shots, had a turnover, but boy, his last 2 shots have looked really good.
That is only double-figure game of the season at Alabama when he scored 12 points in 28 minutes. Free throw's good. Perry closes out a 3-point play. And over on the Kentucky bench, Otega Owe has returned. After getting some medical attention, they continue to work on him. Sherrill up top for Alabama. 31-26. Bama leads. And a foul on Chandler trying to fight around the screen and get to Sherrill. Colin Chandler gets his first and team 6th. It'll be a fresh shot clock for Alabama. Nope, it's going to be 1-1.
I think it's 7th foul on Kentucky.
I missed one somewhere, which isn't hard to believe. Here's Sears at the foul line for 2. What a career this guy has had. One of the bonus. Free throw's good. 84% at the foul line for a guy who's scored over 2,700 points in his career. This is game number 165 for Mark Sears.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. You get to play that many games, you're going to put up some stats. All conference player, first team.
2-time. First team all-conference selection and 2-time free throw makes right there. 33-26, Bama in front. 6:17 to go in the first half. Exciting first half here in this SEC quarterfinal. Garrison out at the arc, hands it off to Chandler on the right, trying to work off a screen. Picks it up, right elbow. Looking to make a bounce pass down low. Garrison with the catch, shovels it to Williams. Turns around, shoots a little fadeaway with the left hand on the left side, and that was nicely done as Williams has his first bucket, 33-28. 5-point lead. Holloway up top. Perry ran out to defend and ran into him. Play continues. Slipping the screen was Sherrill. Outside Sears for a deep one. In and out, no good. Batted to the left baseline. Sherrill tracks it down. Perry knocks it away, trying to save it. It's Alabama's with 18 on the shot clock.
They're hustling, and Kentucky's hanging in there. They're just down 5. That's nothing. And here he comes.
The reaction you hear is for Otega Owe checking into the game. He was shaken up on a play involving LeBaron Philon earlier in the half. Owe is Kentucky's leading scorer at 16 per game. Deep in the left corner to throw it in will be Holloway as Kentucky wanted to bring another sub, and Almanor will go in to replace Garrison. Gets a hand from head coach Mark Pope. She goes to the bench. First year for Coach Pope. Year number 6 for Nate Oates. Done a great job at Alabama. Nelson out at the arc. Deep left side. Going to put it on the deck, trying to find a teammate. Holloway takes it right down the middle. Off balance on the left. Rolls off no good. Sherrill crashes out of bounds. Belongs to Kentucky.
That was a good drive by Philon. He just couldn't get it to go down. And, boy, it's a 5-point game. It seems like Alabama should be up 10, 12, 14, but they're not.
It does feel that way. Alabama's gone only 1 of 11 from three-point land. Kentucky weaves it out behind the three-point line. Perry with the catch on the logo. Perry stops, takes a 3. Well short. A foul on Alabama. 3 shots in the direction of Kentucky. Travis Perry.
Yeah, if you're Holloway, you can't. He's a smaller, well, Holloway's not very big either. But you can't foul that guy out there that far. Make Perry make a tough shot. He was guarded pretty well. Obviously, you were so close to him, you end up fouling him. You just can't foul a guy shooting three.
Feels like we've seen a bunch of those in this tournament as Perry pounds the free throw attempt off the backboard. It's no good. He shot it, hit the backboard. I mean, this is a little guard. That's a very surprise. You see big men do that sometimes. He had gone 10 of 12 coming into this game. Second free throw is up and good. And we talked about Mark Sears and how many points he scored in college. Travis Perry scored a Kentucky record, 5,481 points in high school at Lyon County. Two-time Gatorade Player of the Year, but maybe a little jacked up playing in this SEC tournament game. Third of three is good, so he makes 2 out of 3. The lead is 3 for Alabama, 33-30. We come up on 5 minutes to play in the first half.
Here comes Big Blue Nation trying to get it going.
The majority of the fans dressed in blue as Sears works to the right, back to the left. Perry guards him. Sears steps back. Hesitation dribble. Pumps it to the left corner. It's a 3 for Nelson. It's on target. Grant Nelson sits him down with a triple to make it 36-30 Alabama.
That's where he shot his other 3 in the left corner. He missed it. That time he got it leveled in.
7 for Nelson in the first half. Williams a full head of steam down the left lane line. Bodied up by Alabama's Aiden Sherrill. Number 22 in white gets the foul, and number 22 in blue goes to the free throw line. Second foul for Sherrill, and that's 10 for Alabama in the first half, the 4:46 mark.
Yeah, 10 fouls to 7 fouls, advantage Kentucky.
Williams 4 for 4 from the foul stripe tonight. Second in the SEC in rebounds, just short of 9 per game, and second in double-doubles with 10. And first in triple-doubles with 1. The lefty turns it loose, and it's good. At 7 feet, it's almost like he's dropping it over the rim as he hits the first free throw.
He is so long. His arms are so long, Williams.
Perry goes out as Chandler checks in for Kentucky. Alabama makes a sub. They bring back Mo Diabate. He replaces Sherrill, went out with his second foul. 3 players for the Crimson Tide with 2. Andrew Carr for Kentucky has 3. Williams hits 2 free throws. Perfect 6 of 6, 36-32. Bama by 4, under 5 to go in the first half. Sears to Nelson behind the arc. Looks like maybe a little zone look for Kentucky. Left side, Phylon, 3-ball, air ball. Knocked out of play, right baseline belongs to Kentucky. Phylon got a good look. He was open on that left side, but not close on the three-point attempt. Alabama has not shot it well from distance. Only 2 out of 12 so far. Kentucky 3 for 7. Both these teams have shot it well from the free throw line. Got a big chunk of the points so far. Owe on the right, trying to move past Diabate. Owe, fade away, right baseline against Youngblood. That was well short an air ball. Dug out down low. Flipped over to Chandler. Gets it to a cutter. Williams looking to slam. He missed. Alabama contested. Outlet pass. Alabama has numbers. Pull up. It's Phylon. Thought better of taking the 3. Now to Sears. Alabama runs his stuff. Sears and Phylon swap passes. Sears contact from Chandler. Play continues. Phylon slides to the left on the bounce with 14 to shoot. Goes back to Sears between the circles. Sears, strong left-hand dribble. Down the lane, knocked loose, out of bounds. Officials confer and award it to Kentucky at the 3:49 mark in the first half. Kind of surprised Alabama didn't attack right there when they had numbers.
Yeah, they had an opportunity on the fast break. They kind of passed it up, and then it was a kind of a drive against everybody. And here we go into the last media of the half.
Under 4 break at the 3:49 mark. Alabama 36, Kentucky 32. This is the SEC Radio Network.
In SEC country, the key to our confidence comes from having a goal.
Number 3, ready?
And knowing just how we're going to get there.
8 seconds, there's plenty of time.
So in these pivotal moments, we come together for inspiration and a plan. Financial confidence in SEC country works that way too, when you and your banker get together to create your personal Regions Green Print plan.
I think that'll really work. Thanks.
So let's huddle up, because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
The best conference. It's unstoppable. This is the SEC Radio Network.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, we've spent 80-plus years in the business of fun. Expert fishing fun. Early morning hunting fun. Late night, need new cleats before tomorrow morning's game fun. relaxing fun, mouth-watering fun. So whatever fun adventure you're gearing up for, you'll find it for less at Academy Sports and Outdoors and at academy.com.
Severance Season 2 is now streaming on Apple TV+.
What you all did 5 months ago was one of the most painful moments in the history of this company.
Our message got out. We're famous.
All of us equally, or one of us is like the star?
What did you see?
My Audi's wife was Miss Casey.
If you want to find out what happened to her, I'll help.
She's still alive.
I want to see my wife.
You should have left.
Severance. New season now streaming. Only on Apple TV+.
3:49 to go first half in Nashville. Alabama 36 and Kentucky 32. SEC quarterfinal action on this Friday night. Great to have you with us as we watch the Wildcats and Crimson Tide do battle. Kentucky coming in at 22-10. They went 10-8 in the SEC, the number 6 seed, and Alabama, the number 3 seed, number 5 in the AP poll this week, 24-7. Another terrific season at 13-5 in league play, including a win over number 1 Auburn to close out the regular season. Kentucky won a close one against Oklahoma last night to advance 85-84. You look at this first half, Z, and Alabama raced out to a 9-point lead. A lot of that was points off turnovers. They still lead 10-0 in points off turnovers, but Kentucky taking a little better care of the basketball this half's gone along.
Yeah, they had them turnovers early, and they've done much better job. And I kind of think Travis Perry has kind of settled in a little bit. He was a little rattled early, and he's done a good job, and he's not turned the ball over anymore. And Oweh had a couple early turnovers, then he went out, and they're doing a good job. And so if Kentucky continue to stay under control, run their offense like Mark Pope wants them to, they're going to have a very good chance. They've done a pretty good job of getting to the free throw line, and that's helped them stay in the ball game as well. 9 for 12 at the line.
Amari Williams, Travis Perry, Kobe Brea, each with 8 for Kentucky. You have Philon with 8, Nelson 7, and Amori 7 for Alabama. Rebounds 18-14 in favor of the Wildcats. And they will have the ball as it went out of bounds. Andrew Carr has 3 fouls, and he's on the exercise bike right now.
Yeah, he's going to be over there just trying to stay loose before the half.
Yeah, see him after halftime.
Yeah, 3 fouls is a lot.
Colin Chandler playing the point on this trip. He brings it up left to right, led by Mark Sears. Chandler going to drive. Things cleared out. Flips a pass and threw it away. Williams wasn't ready. Went off his fingertips. Alabama the interception. Diabate lays it in. Nicely executed fast break. Mo Diabate got the payoff. 38-32 Alabama. We talked about turnovers. They got one and got a bucket.
Yeah, that's 3 on Chandler. He's got to quit trying to do everything.
Almond in the paint. Flows couldn't finish. One and done as Diabate grabs a rebound for the Crimson Tide. Left corner, Nelson. He's made one from that spot. Contact with Chandler. Offensive foul.
That's a bad call. And Nate Oates is looking over towards the SEC folks, and that was a bang play, Kevin, but the defender was not set, and he was just sliding, and that's a block.
It definitely looked that way as Nelson went into his move. He made contact with Chandler, who hit the deck, and the foul went against Alabama's number 4. So non-shooting, and Kentucky gets the ball, the 3:11 mark.
That's a big call. The team with the ball's got 6 points. You got a chance to build a lead. That's one of your older, experienced guys. Now he's got to sit out. He's got 2 fouls.
The 4th Alabama player with 2. It's Williams front court. Picks up his dribble at the top. Right side, he plays for Almanor. He looked in Oweh's direction, but got it back to Williams straight away. 15 to shoot for Kentucky. Hand off to Brea. Hash mark left side. Philon guards. Little help here. They slide it to Williams. He flips it up. Rolls off no good. Rebound Alabama. Diabate grabs another one. He brings it up himself. Right to left. Diabate head of the circle. Trying to get it to Philon. He does with a short pass. Philon out top. Driving right lane line against Perry. Off the glass wouldn't go. Sherrell crashes. They're going to get to the rebound. Dug it out beneath the basket. Got it to Philon. Alabama resets with a new shot clock. Philon now. Bounce pass to Sherrell. Little screen roll. Rolls it up. The shot went in. Does it count?
They call it a jump ball.
Oh, wow. Jump ball. Give it to Kentucky. Wildcats had the arrow at the 2:25 mark.
Boy, Doug Showers. That'll be controversial right there. It could have been an and one. Instead, it's turnover. Man, Doug Showers. That was a big call. Tough call.
So they said Almanor got a hand on top as he flipped up that shot. So wipe it off. Kentucky has the ball. And they bring it up left to right, trailing by 6, 38-32. 2:20 to go in what's been an entertaining first half.
Yeah, and it's been a tough, and the officials done a good job. It's a hard game to call, this one.
A lot of offense. Garrison trying to bounce it to Noah. Broken up. Garrison got it back. Pounds it on the deck. Lays it up. No good. Put back in by Williams. He crashed on the left side, and Amari Williams sticks it home. 38-34. 2 to play in the first half. Alabama quickly front court. Amori makes a couple moves, put it up on the glass, rolls off no good. Make it Diabate couldn't finish. Alabama gets free throws with a foul whistle against Kentucky. And it's going to be on Amari Williams, his first and the team's 8th.
Yeah, that was a lot of action quick. And I tell you, like I said, it's hard on these officials. These players are making it hard on them.
And Alabama just gets it end to end so quickly. Yeah. Make or miss, they are quickly in the front court, and it's Diabate for 2 free throws. 60% on the season. His first trip there tonight. Another lefty in this game, and free throws good. 8 double-figure games, 4 double-doubles. Guy who came off the bench for all 31 games this year in the regular season. Trying to get Alabama to the 40-point mark with just inside 2 minutes to play in the first half. Second free throw's good.
Yeah, nice free throws there. Needed it. And these last 2 minutes this half are important to what happens in the second half.
Yeah, really important for both teams here. Alabama in front by 6. It's 40-34. Williams up top, flips it to the left side. Perry rises up. His 3 is well short. Long rebound played by Sherrell for Alabama. Pass ahead along the right sideline. Phylon attacks up off the window too strong. Got his own miss and sticks it in. Nice first half for LeBaron Phylon into double figures. 42-34 Crimson Tide with 90 seconds to play in the first half. Perry stops, goes to Williams and Traylor. Back to Perry. Now slides to Williams and dunks. Right down the middle he cut. Nice pass for a slam. Give Perry the assist. 42-36. Ball rolls out other side of midcourt. That's a violation. It goes to Kentucky.
Wow, just a mental mistake there by Alabama.
A little bit careless on that pass. And back, over and back. The Wildcats will get it with 1:16 to play.
I love the over and back call. Good part of basketball. I like 5-second counts. We don't see much
of them anymore. You don't get very many of those at all, do you?
No, I like the back when you could be dribbling someone within, within that 5 or 6 foot window. You could get a 5-second count.
You better do something with it. They don't call 3 seconds much anymore either.
No.
Hand off to Brea on the center circle. 10 on the shot clock for Kentucky. Long way from the basket. Brea stops, takes a 3, bouncing, no good. Thought he might drop in there for Alabama. Diabate rises up to grab the rebound. He's comfortable bringing the ball up as well. Goes to the right wing on the dribble. Final minute of play. Alabama 42, Kentucky 36. Late in this first half. It's Sears with Perry. Some contact. Sears down the lane. Lays it up high off the window. No good. They blocked it on the backboard. Count the bucket for Sears. Make it 44-36. Crimson Tide.
And that wasn't going to go in. So that's one break. Alabama's not had a lot of breaks in the last few minutes. But that was a break because it wasn't going in. And what happened was Williams slapped. He didn't touch the ball. He slapped the backboard, which you can do. That's a violation. Some people do it to try to move the backboard.
Turnover. Williams had it knocked away. Phylon, more good defense. Drives, scores, and one. Foul on Brea. And Phylon goes back to the free throw line for another chance at a three-point play. We talked about this stretch being key. Alabama has stretched its lead to 10 with a free throw coming up.
Yeah, 1:55 mark of the first half. You knew that was a key stretch. There was a dead ball. What was going to happen in Alabama? Kentucky made a couple plays right off the bat. But now Alabama's answered. Brea's really going hard to the basket. He's brought energy to the Crimson Tide.
Good first half for Phylon. Closes out the three-point play. Bama 47. Kentucky 36 with 35 ticks remaining in the first half.
Be interesting if anybody... Kentucky's already called that timeout, so they're not going to call one. But Alabama has their use it or lose it.
They're not going to spend it right here with the differential about 5 seconds. Almanor jumps up and takes the pass, and Kentucky will bring it up left to right. Perry between the legs dribble. The freshman against the experienced Mark Sears. Perry working to the left. He went to the deck. Sears called for a foul. Perry slipped, and Sears kind of fell over the top of him. Sears gets his first. 2 free throws for Kentucky with 23 seconds left.
I'm not really sure what, Sears is an older guy. Well, why are you riding him like that? So far away from the basket. Perry's going to have a hard time blowing by you to go score, but he can sure shoot free throws, and so you don't want to ride him. That was kind of bad defense by Sears.
Perry on the night, he is 3 out of 4. Completed a 3-point play, made 2 out of 3 on a 3-shot foul. Kentucky team, you look at their postseason resume, it looks really good. 8 wins against AP top 15 teams this season as Perry hits the first of 2. They are 13th in the net after last night. Alabama at number 6.
Wow.
Side for Kentucky, they bring off Williams and also Almanor. Garrison and Owe are in, and so is Trent Noah. Perry has one more coming up. We're going to get the Wildcats back within single figures here. Free throw number 2 is on target. 47-38 with 23 ticks. Alabama, a couple quick subs as well. Holloway checks in. Bounces into Sears. He'll work it right to left, and the Crimson Tide can hold for the final shot of half number 1.
No timeout. They're going to play it.
Game clock down to 10. Sears outside. Now with 7. With 6. Sears with 5. Goes to work. Down the left side. Sears off the baseline. Flips it up. Wouldn't go. Off the back rim. Ball goes to the deck. Retrieved by Kentucky. And that's the half. Alabama 47. Kentucky 38 at the intermission. Some runs for both teams for that stretch. See, right before the half, Alabama owned that part of the game. They lead by 9 going to the break.
Yeah, that was a good run for them right there to get the lead. And it was 36-32 under 4-minute media. That was 3:49. And they were able to stretch it. It was with some pretty good basketball. They're not shooting it great. Alabama's not, but they're getting to the basket. They're getting all these points in the paint. If Mark Sears has a better second half than he did first, they're going to have an opportunity to stretch it out. And for Kentucky, Oweh's going to have to hopefully be okay and bring them a lot of points. And Brea is going to have to shoot the cover off the ball for them to win this game.
We'll take a timeout. Halftime, quarterfinal number 4 in this Friday night here at Bridgestone Arena. It is Alabama 47, Kentucky 38, and this is the SEC Radio Network.
Sonic Radio. It's time for my favorite segment, Ask the CIO. Hey, caller, you're on.
Hi, a big fan. I used to think I could never love another burger more than my favorite. Then I tried the Sonic Smasher. With its tangy smasher sauce, melty cheese, and hand-smashed Angus patties seared to crispy perfection. How do I tell my favorite burger it's been replaced?
Easy. You don't. It's a burger. It has no feelings.
Sonic Smasher. Try it as a double or a triple. Live free, eat Sonic. See menu for details.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm the old basketball hoop in your driveway, and I'm rustier than your game. I mean, seriously, I should have been replaced back in '99. So when you go up for a dunk, I slam down onto your car. And if you don't have the right auto insurance, you might have to jump through a few hoops to pay for this. So get Allstate, save money, and get protected from mayhem like me.
Savings vary based on coverage selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is classic. Back to Bridgestone Arena in 1 minute. This is the SEC Radio Network.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. But we're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
When it comes to action-packed highlights, there's nothing like the SEC. And when it comes to packing your game day celebration with deliciousness, there's nothing quite like Bush's Beans. As the official beans of the SEC, we offer big taste for every fan and every tailgate, even if it never leaves your backyard. Come to think of it, we're kind of like the power conference of flavor. So draw up that beautiful bean game plan and stock up on your favorites. Bush's, that beautiful bean company.
With 20 minutes in the books, it's halftime on the SEC Radio Network. Brought to you by Farm Rich, the official frozen snack of the SEC. Grab a snack. Stats, analysis, and scores are all coming up. Now back to Nashville.
It is halftime here in Nashville as the 3-seed Alabama Crimson Tide leads 6-seed Kentucky 47-38. Beg your pardon. They've actually taken 2 points off the board during our commercial break for Alabama. So it's 45-38. I think they overturned the goaltending that was a little controversial there late in the half. So the official halftime score has changed. It is 45 for Alabama, 38 for Kentucky. Okay, winner of this one gets 2-seed Florida in our second semifinal on Saturday. I'm Stephen Hartzell with you courtside back at Bridgestone Arena. Welcome into the Farm Rich halftime show. Coming up, we'll reset the bracket here in the SEC. We'll also check some scores from other leagues from coast to coast. First, though, a listen back to highlights from the opening 20 minutes. Alabama got out to a fast start in this one. It wasn't because they were hitting threes, though, like we're used to. Quite the opposite. It was Bama getting points in the paint to start out.
Philon, front court, left side, trying to use a high screen from Amori. Now a lob, and Philon slams. Screen roll, making Amori. Philon flipped it up there, and Amori hammers it down. 6-2 Alabama. Good start for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, Amori looks like Dominique Wilkins here in the first half. He's tried to have 3 dunks so far. 2 of them he's gotten down.
He has been a highlight reel so far.
Clifford Amori with the dunk, and we are off to the races. Bama took the lead. Kentucky would have to shoot their way back into this game, which Travis Perry did his best to do early on.
Chandler goes left corner. Perry tries a 3. That one's good.
Wow. Well, that's kind of a bonus for him. His first 2 shots were bad, and he took a tough left corner shot right in front of Bama's bench. He found nothing but the net.
Travis Perry with the 3. That trimmed the Alabama lead down to just 2 at 14-12. That was as close as Kentucky would get. The Cats would make runs, but the Tide would counter. Points off turnovers was a big factor in the first half. Crimson Tide led in that department 12-0 in the opening 20 minutes, just dominating, getting easy points off of Kentucky turnovers, which were a problem for the Cats. The 3 ball was keeping Kentucky in this game, though, in the first half, like this one that you're going to hear from Kobe Brea.
Brea steps back to the left corner. Wide open 3. Write that one down. Kobe Brea, 2 triples in the first half. 23-19.
Kobe Brea from deep. That got the Cats within 4 at 23-19. Meanwhile, it took Alabama a while to hit their first 3. They were 0 of 9 to start the game from deep. Finally, the Tide would hit one. It would be Grant Nelson with the corner tray.
As Sears works to the right, back to the left. Perry guards him. Sears steps back. Hesitation dribble. Pumps it to the left corner. It's a 3 for Nelson. It's on target. Grant Nelson sits him down with a triple to make it 36-30 Alabama.
Grant Nelson can hurt you inside, or he can step out and do that. Bury a big 3. He extended Alabama's advantage. Largest lead of the game would be 9 for Bama at the break. It is a 7-point Alabama lead. Crimson Tide 45. The Cats of Kentucky 38. Winner gets 2-seed Florida in the second semifinal tomorrow. Our first semifinal of the day is going to be Auburn and Tennessee. So far, all chalk here in Nashville. Top 3 seeds have all advanced, or I should say the number 1, number 4, and number 2 seeds have all advanced. Bama's the 3 seed. We'll see if that holds, but right now Alabama with a 7-point lead at the break, 45-38 on Kentucky. More to come here on our Farm Rich halftime show. We'll get you caught up on scores from other conference tournament action across the country. Again, Kentucky with work to do. They trail Alabama 45-38. We're back to Nashville after this on the SEC Radio Network.
Johnsonville asks, you know why they're called sausage links? Because they have the power to link people together. Isn't that beautiful? I read that somewhere, or maybe I just made it up. But the point is, instead of stirring the pot on social media to drive people apart, let's stir the jambalaya or the Italian sausage rigatoni. And you just watch. Johnsonville sausage links link people, just like the sausage patties is a way people pat each other on the back. Okay, that I totally made up, but it's also very true. Keep it juicy out there.
Severance Season 2 is now streaming on Apple TV+.
What you all did 5 months ago was one of the most painful moments in the history of this company.
Our message got out. We're famous.
All of us equally, or one of us is like the star?
What did you see?
My Audie's wife was Miss Casey.
If you wouldn't find out what happened to her, I'll help. She's still alive.
I want to see my wife.
He should have left.
Severance. New season now.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. The one that's watching the SEC tournament with us and hanging out here on Toronto Sports Insider as we raise money for SickKids Hospital. Where I am? There I am. All right. Finally. Anyways, you get the point. Thanks for hanging out with us and listening to the game. And now that I've got your attention, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss it for every single game of the SEC tournament live, as well as every game of March Madness live. Thanks for hitting that button, the subscribe button with the bell. Yeah, you got it. Thank you so much, and welcome to our awesome community. We'll see you back in the chat.
As the leader in fueling athletes, Gatorade is committed to helping reverse this trend and creating positive change across our communities. That's why Gatorade has launched Fuel Tomorrow, a new multi-year initiative to help everyone have equal opportunity to play sports and realize their potential. Learn more about Gatorade's commitment to break down barriers and help millions of kids get into the game by visiting Gatorade.com/community.
You're listening to the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament on the SEC Radio Network. Time now for the Regions Scoreboard Update. Regions, official bank of the SEC.
We're at halftime here. Alabama leads Kentucky 45-38. Let's check scores from across a busy Friday night of conference tournament action. Big Ten quarterfinals, Michigan on top of Purdue, 70-58. There's 7.5 minutes to play in Indianapolis. Elsewhere, you got Arizona leading Texas Tech in a Big 12 championship semifinal, 54-43. They've just started the second half in Kansas City. Louisville with a halftime lead on Clemson, 33-28. That's an ACC semifinal in Charlotte. Big East semifinal. Creighton leads UConn 55-50. There's 11 minutes to play in that one. Some finals from earlier tonight. Duke beats North Carolina 74-71. No Cooper flag for the Blue Devils, who hang on. North Carolina was shooting free throws down 1 in the final seconds. Lane violation on a made free throw cost North Carolina at least a chance to send this thing to overtime. Duke beats North Carolina for the third time this season, and maybe, just maybe, bursts UNC's NCAA tournament bubble, which would not hurt the SEC, at least as far as Texas is concerned, come Selection Sunday. So Duke 74, North Carolina 71, Blue Devils in to the ACC championship game, even without their all-freshman star, Cooper Flagg. Houston blows out BYU in the Big 12 championship semifinal, 74-54. So the Cougs are in. They'll get the winner of Arizona and Texas Tech in the second Big 12 semifinal, which is ongoing. St. John's is in the Big East championship game. They beat Marquette 79-63. Michigan State beat Oregon in the Big Ten tournament quarterfinal 74-64. Maryland blows out Illinois in that same tournament 88-65. And looking at some other scores, you got UCLA going down to Wisconsin 86-70. That was also in the Big Ten quarterfinals. So things are starting to shape up, not just here in Nashville, but across the country for a fantastic weekend of hoops. Again, just 2 days away from Selection Sunday. Again, our score at the break, Alabama leads Kentucky 45-38. We got both teams back out on the floor going through some last halftime shoot-around before we start things off here in the second half. Kevin Ingram, Matt Zimmerman will have the call of the second half after this timeout on the SEC Radio Network.
At Sprouts Farmers Market, we're all about fresh, healthy, and delicious. Every shopping trip is an adventure, with new and ahead-of-the-trend products hitting the shelves every month. From the latest mouth-watering vegan and gluten-free cookies to yummy plant-based protein bars, there's always something new to explore. Plus, find more than 2,800 Sprouts brand items filled with incredible flavor and better-for-you ingredients. Visit your neighborhood Sprouts today, the official grocer of the Southeastern Conference.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, price lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
How about this? Back to Music City after this timeout. This is the SEC Radio Network.
Joe Montana here. In my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease. Are you 50 or older like me? The CDC now recommends vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at increased risk and over 6 times greater risk of hospitalization with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mercedes-Benz asks you this. What do elite athletes and luxury vehicles have in common? A winning drive for starters. Both are versatile, intelligent, and constantly innovating. Both navigate speed bumps and leave fans with goosebumps. And of course, only the best become stars. Mercedes-Benz, available in electric, gas, or plug-in hybrid. Discover uncompromising luxury at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Learn more at MBUSA.com. Mercedes-Benz, official luxury vehicle of the SEC.
All right, we're getting ready for the start of the second half. Alabama leading Kentucky 45-38 as we bring back in our broadcast team of Kevin Ingram and Matt Zimmerman. He's working a double today. This guy's just devouring basketball. What does Kentucky need to do to get back into this game from y'all's perspective?
Stephen, I think getting production out of Otega Owe is probably first and foremost for Mark Pope's team.
Yeah, he's going to have to carry him, and what he doesn't carry, then Brea's going to have to carry. That's their two guys that can really score the basketball. And then the third piece of that, Williams, is probably going to have a tremendous second half for them. They're down 7. That's nothing. But to be able to come back and then get a lead themselves and hold on and win, or win it at the end, whatever it takes, those three will have to be outstanding.
They won it at the end last night, and Amari Williams, their leading scorer with 12 in the first half, but who had Travis Perry being their second leading scorer with 10. He's had 2 double-figure games this season, both against the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, and Alabama's got to do a little better job guarding Travis Perry. You know, you got to respect him. He got open, hit that great left corner shot. He made a really good move along the baseline, and then one time Sears was just covering him up like a blanket, fouling him, and he goes to the line. He's making foul shots, and he's had a good first half.
I like the play of LeBaron Philon. He made some defensive plays. It felt like he was in attack mode. Good balance for Alabama. They did lose a basket after the half was over. They went back and reviewed a goaltend call when the backboard was slapped. They had awarded a bucket to Mark Sears. They took that away, so it's 45-38 as we start half number 2.
There's nothing better than having some points go your way when the clock doesn't even move and it's at halftime. And Big Blue Nation, they're happy. They erupted in here when they made that, when Joe Lindsey made the announcement, and it took 2 points off the board from 47 down to 45 for Alabama.
Crimson Tide ball to start the second half. They'll work from left to right as we view it. Right at midcourt here at Bridgestone. White uniforms is a higher seat for Alabama, trimmed in crimson. Kentucky, the blue uniforms trimmed in white. Philon on the bounce. It's like both teams have their original starters out there. Philon to Sears up top. Otega Owe flies out to defend. High screen, now a screen roll. Caught by Amori, puts it up on the glass. Shot was no good. Foul on Kentucky. Clifford Amori gets 2 quick free throws, 14 seconds into half number 2.
Yeah, they ran a little set there. They didn't get it what they wanted. They ran, then the second part of the set went through the hard screen and then the roll to the basket. And a good job by the big man, and he went and got it with 2 hands, and then he drew the foul.
Foul went on Amari Williams, his second, team's first, and Amori, who is 1 out of 2 on the night from the foul line, steps up there for 2 shots. Turns loose the first, and it pops out no good.
Yeah, I think what's kind of hurting him from being better, his form up top's good, but when you watch him, his knees come in. They come towards each other as he goes into a shot, and that's never a great thing for a shooter. See how they kind of...
They're able to make number 2. Both teams were 11 of 14 from the foul stripe in the first half. Alabama 46, Kentucky 38. Just underway. A packed house at Bridgestone. As usual, when Kentucky plays, filled with a lot of blue.
Yeah.
A lot of Crimson Tide fans as well. Here's Carr popping open to the paint with the right hand, flips it in. Andrew Carr spent a whole big chunk of the first half on the bench with fouls. He has the first two of the second half for Kentucky, 46-40. Alabama in front with the ball.
Good set play right there.
Nelson outside. Sears with a catch, sends it left side. Youngblood rises up, rattles home a three. Chris Youngblood, his first points of the evening, 49-40, Alabama.
He's been extremely quiet. That was a nice one.
They make their first three of the second half after going 2 out of 13 in the first half. Carr tries a triple. That's an air ball. Perry trying to save it in. It's out of bounds, goes to Alabama as they hold a 9-point lead. We've played almost a minute since the break.
Yeah, probably not a great shot for Carr. He can make that, though. He's a guy that's made a lot of threes this year. Doesn't have a tremendous percentage, though.
Just over 30% on the season. Philon drives off a high screen and close, lays it up, no good. Contested at the rim, and Carr pulls away the rebound. Kentucky with Williams, a very versatile number 22 in blue. Hands it off to Brea, backs off to the three-point line. You got Williams now posting with Nelson behind him. Backs down slowly along the left side. Williams gets into the paint, puts it up with the left. He switch hands midair. Nelson called for the foul, and Amari Williams gets 2 shots.
Yeah, Nelson was really trying to just be straight up, and the official called the foul. There was a lot of banging, though. It was kind of a banging physical play. Nelson's got to maybe be a little bit, step back a little bit. He was hammering him with his body.
He kind of leaned his arm maybe just a little bit too much rather than straight up. As Williams shoots the free throw, and it bounces in. A friendly bounce on that one. Williams was a frequent visitor to the foul line in the first half. He's now 7 out of 7 and leads Kentucky with 13 points.
Nelson's going to have to sit for a while. That's going to impact Alabama and what they do. He's a guy that can, these other bigs don't stretch it out and can shoot. He can stretch it out and shoot a three-pointer.
Can definitely make a difference behind that three-point line as Williams turns loose number 2, and it's good. Not as much drama on that second delivery. 49-42. Alabama leads by 7. They have the ball. Minute and a half played. Half number 2. Outside Diabate. Bounces Youngblood. Hit a 3 last time down. Sears on a drive. Hook pass. Threw it to nobody. Brea picks it up for Kentucky. A 3-on-3. They get defenders back. Ole on a drive. Flips it up high off the window. Wouldn't go. Dug out on the right baseline. Picked up by Omori for Alabama. Quick hit ahead. Philon offensive court with Carr there to guard. Philon crosses him over. Going to back off in the wing. Touch for Omori. Back to Philon. Tries a 3 and a swish. LeBaron Philon has hit his first three-pointer from behind the arc. Did have a three-point play back in the first half. Alabama's lead grows to 10. It's 52-42. Perry now floats off the window. Wind drop. Williams trying to crash and knock it home. Perry goes to the deck. Retrieves a loose ball. He flipped it in the direction of Owe. It was too wide. Went into the Kentucky bench and out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a great three-pointer by Philon. A good assist by the big man. Threw it out there to him, and Philon squared his shoulders up, took his time, made a nice shot.
Williams and Owe go to the Kentucky bench as Mark Pope brings on Brandon Garrison and also Trent Noah. Alabama ball, holding a 10-point lead. Sears has it back, going to rise up, take a 3, bounce off the back rim, no good. It is physical up above the rim. A foul on Alabama going after the rebound. They'll ticket Clifford Amore for his third.
Yeah, they're getting guys. Nelson 3, Amore with 3. They've got foul problems. There was a big-time push out there out on the floor by Noah as they were running their dribble offense and spreading it, trying to get a 3 lined up. He just shoved his man, no call. And that kind of disrupted Alabama's play.
Perry right to left. He plays the point for Kentucky. Carr with a catch out straight away. Pass to Noah on the right. Pressure by Youngblood. Now it's Perry again trying to fight left off a screen set by Garrison. Noah arrives, turns into a 3. That one bounces no good. Rebound Diabate for the Crimson Tide. Quick outlet pass. Philon in a big hurry. Step through, put it up with the right. Got it. LeBaron Philon having himself a nice evening.
Yeah, he's out.
54-42.
Yeah, he's all on fire. 18 points, 7 of 12. Made 1 3-pointer.
Perry front court for Kentucky, I should say. Got it to Carr between the circles. Hands it off to Noah. They come out to put a hand in his face with Stevenson. Right baseline jumper. There's Andrew Carr. He connects again. Couple quick buckets here to make it 54-44. Alabama's lead trimmed back down to 10. Philon on the left. Little shake. Guarded by Noah Diabate. He tries a three. That one's good. Noah Diabate from distance. He had only made 7 on 20 attempts entering tonight's play. He stretches Alabama's lead back to 13. It's 57-44. Timeout, Kentucky. The Alabama fans in the house like what they're seeing in this stretch. It will be a full break with 16:20 to play. The Crimson Tide, the higher seed, leading by 13 here in Nashville. This is the SEC Radio Network.
And if you want to grab a snack, grab a Farm Rich snack. Something about that song just makes me hungry. Well, any requests? Oh, how about some mozzarella sticks instead? Folks, it's time for me to grab a snack. Feel free to do the same. You can find Farm Rich in the freezer aisle. This next one goes out to all the cheese lovers out there.
Sonic Radio. It's time for my favorite segment, Ask the CIO. Hey, caller, you're on.
Hi, a big fan. I used to think I could never love another burger more than my favorite. Then I tried the Sonic Smasher. With its tangy smasher sauce, melty cheese, and hand-smashed Angus patties seared to crispy perfection. How do I tell my favorite burger it's been replaced?
Easy. You don't. It's a burger. It has no feelings.
The Sonic Smasher. Try it as a double or triple. Live free, eat Sonic. See menu for details.
On Southwest, everyone can change or cancel their flight without a fee. That means this solo travel queen can stay an extra day on vacay. No fee, baby. And these two lovebirds get one more day of freedom.
Our kids won't miss us. They're with me, Ma.
Well, this poor guy can bail on the bachelor party a night early.
I'm tired, man.
No change or cancel fees. For real. That's a big flex. Only at Southwest. Fare difference may apply. Failure to cancel a reservation at least 10 minutes prior to scheduled departure may result in forfeited flight credits.
SEC basketball is brought to you all week long by Bush's. Bush's Chili Magic makes chili magically fast. Just chop, drop, chili. Mercedes-Benz, official luxury vehicle of the SEC. And by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the SEC.
Alabama 57, Kentucky 44. We got 16:20 to play here at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. SEC quarterfinal number 4. An entertaining 3 days of basketball and 2 more to go. Semifinal Saturday coming up and the championship coming up on Selection Sunday. Looking forward to all of it. Story for Alabama has been LeBaron Philon. He has scored 18, closing in on his season high of 21. He had a nice game when they played at Rupp back in January. He scored 15 with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Alabama swept during the regular year, 102-97. And then in Tuscaloosa, 96-83. They've won 3 out of the last 4 against Kentucky. But so we talked about Kentucky's had the upper hand in this SEC tournament. They've won the last 12 times they have played. These are the 2 programs that have won the most SEC tournament championships. Kentucky has 31. Alabama has 8.
Yeah, 39 championships, and there's a lot of schools that have not won one. There's been a few that have won one. Not many have won more than that, and there's a couple, Mississippi State, that have won some, LSU. But Alabama with 8's pretty good, but how about, the 31 is incredible.
That is amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing, and they did a 8 all for up. There's so many great teams there. Joe B. Hall, Tubby won a couple, 2 or 3 conference tournaments, and then John Calipari did as well.
Tino, Eddie Sutton, all those coaches.
Yeah.
Had a lot of success, but this Alabama program is, you talk about Z going into the game. They have, over the last few years, been the top program in the SEC in terms of conference wins with 75, 125 total under Nate Oates since the 1920 season. He's just done a really impressive job, and I just think it's such an interesting offense and style that they play.
It really is. It's not a very complex, but it's good movement. It's great spacing, and of course, it's well documented. They want to shoot threes, and you look at the always keep a shot chart. They shot one kind of a mid-range in the first half. Everything's a layup or a three-pointer or a free throw, and that's how they attack. That's what they teach, and he's been so good in his 6th year now there. And them, Auburn, and Tennessee have been the 3 best teams in the league over the last 6 years.
Oweh in the game takes the inbounds pass. Kentucky plays on offense after using the timeout. Up top it is Garrison trying to find a teammate. Got it to Carr. Left of the paint. Against Stevenson, he works all the way into the lane. Jump hook is good. Andrew Carr has come out trying to make up for lost time with 3 second-half buckets. 57-46 Alabama. They get a takeaway. Loose ball goes to Carr. He got bumped into by Stevenson. Carr goes to the floor. I think he felt like there should have been a foul, and Carr is shaken up a bit maybe, or just went to the deck.
Yeah,
like
he
it's
fell,
gonna be all right.
and he was out of bounds. His left foot stretched out over the out-of-bounds line. But Sears probably got fouled there on the drive and going to a media.
So with 15:53 to play, Alabama leads Kentucky 57-46. The under 16 timeout on the SEC Radio Network.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. But we're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Where champions are crowned. This is the SEC Radio Network.
We know that sport has the power to change lives on and off the field, but today, the majority of kids in the U.S. are no longer playing sports. As the leader in fueling athletes, Gatorade is committed to helping reverse this trend and creating positive change across our communities. That's why Gatorade has launched Fuel Tomorrow, a new multi-year initiative to help everyone have equal opportunity to play sports and realize their potential. Learn more about Gatorade's commitment to break down barriers and help millions of kids get into the game by visiting Gatorade.com/community.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, price lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
Alabama by 11 with 15:53 to play here in Nashville. 57-46. The Crimson Tide in front of Kentucky as they play this final game of the day on this Friday. A couple semifinals starting at noon tomorrow. And certainly I know a lot of bad weather is in the forecast overnight and into tomorrow. So everybody make sure you stay safe and hopefully some fun basketball to take your mind off the weather a little bit, but certainly pay attention and take shelter if you need to. It's going to be really bad throughout the Southeast over the next couple days. See, what are you seeing so far in this early part of the second half? Alabama's outscored Kentucky since the break 12-8.
Yeah, Alabama's shooting the ball very well in the second half. 4 for 6 from the floor. That's 67%. And they've been a little bit more aggressive. Well, they were aggressive in the first half, but you can see they've got an effort to keep attacking the paint and to not get too caught up in just shooting three-pointers because they haven't been shooting them well. So they're very determined to attack and to drive, and that's been good. And their percentage continues to go up, and now they're 47% for the game. Kentucky's below 40%, and that hurts them right now with what they're trying to do offensively.
One thing you look at, points off turnovers, 15-2. Kentucky had a handful of turnovers right off the bat early in the game. They have 10, Alabama has 6, but if you're Kentucky and you get those takeaways, you got to do a better job converting those into points.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. And there's been times that Alabama's coughed it up, and Sears just had a turnover. He's out right now. He's a guy that can turn the ball over some. He's kind of like Zakai Ziegler, great player, does many, many positive things, but every once in a while, trying to force all that can be a turnover.
These guys can take over a game. Alabama weeds it out the three-point line. Stevens trying to fight off a high screen set by Sherrill. He's circled to the bucket, and Stevenson scores to give Alabama a 59-46 advantage.
That was a really nice drive by Stevenson. He's a really good player. Jaron Stevenson continues to improve for Alabama.
A three-point play and a three-pointer back in the first half. He has 8. Bama in front by 13. Drive by Oway, flips it up on the backboard, no good with a left hand, but he'll get free throws at the foul whistle against Alabama. This may be Stevenson. His third. So he becomes the third Crimson Tide player with 3. The team has 3 and half number 2.
And all 3 of them are guys that have some size, so that's going to start impacting things for them. there's a lot of time left. You got 3 fouls. I mean, we're not even to the 15-minute mark. Grant Nelson hadn't played in 3 minutes already of this half. There's a lot of guys sitting over there getting cold.
Nelson has 3, Amori has 3, and now Stevenson with 3 personals. Owe hits the free throw. He has been quiet tonight, certainly by his standards, after pouring in 27. And Kentucky needed every last one of them last night with that game winner off the right baseline. They went coast to coast to win it against Oklahoma after some costly turnovers late in that game. Free throw drops home. Owe hits twice, 59-48. Bama by 11, 15-20 to play.
Owe loves to shoot threes after he's made a couple free throws. They better get ready for that. And now they're going to go a little zone right here. See the zone from Kentucky, 2-3.
Saw a little of that back in the first half. Backing off Holloway, drives into the paint, he probes, put up a right-hander, it's good on the move. Aiden Holloway for his first 2, 61-48. Alabama got inside the zone, able to score at close range.
Yeah, Holloway's been close because it's been Phylon.
Back cut, it goes to Owe on a nice delivery from Garrison. Late whistle and a foul against Alabama. They'll ticket Stevenson again. This will be his 4th and the team's 4th.
Yeah, and Joe Lindsay called that one almost from the half-court line. You got other 2 officials down here, but he must have saw a hit on the head or something because he called it from a long ways. But that was a really nice play by Owe, cutting hard to the basket, being aggressive. Aggressiveness pays off.
Second team All-SEC selection at the foul line. Free throw was good. Just there a moment ago. That makes him 3 out of 5 after he missed his first 2 back in the first half. Guy top 15 in the SEC in scoring and field goal percentage and in steals back during the regular season.
Yeah, he can score so many ways, and he's a strong physical guard. Just like that basket cut. Really good.
Had his top 2 scoring games against his former team, including the 27 he scored last night against Oklahoma to go at 28 when they played in Norman. 61-50. Kentucky trying to trap a little out of midcourt. Garrison looking to knock it loose from Aiden Sherrill. Whacked him across the arms, called for a foul.
Just the second on Kentucky, 4 fouls to 2 in the second half.
So 1 for Garrison. Alabama gets it out of bounds. They have 22 on the shot clock with 14:46 to play and an 11-point advantage. In play, Sherrill with a catch inside the arc. Hands it off for a 3 ball. That is there. That is Aiden Holloway, left wing. 41% from 3 on the season. Stretches the lead to 14 for the Crimson Tide, 64-50. Owe to Garrison up top. And off Owe, driving left side. Went up for a shot. Sherrill blocked it. Officials look at each other and say, who's going to call the foul line here?
I think they get Youngblood.
So give Youngblood his first. That would have been 3 on Sherrill. Instead, the first on Youngblood and the 5th on Alabama. 2 more free throws for Kentucky with the clock stopped. 5.5 minutes into half number 2, and that man at the foul line again. Here's Owe.
Yeah, it's 3 times in a row he's gotten to the free throw line, and if you're Alabama, you got to be talking about how can we defend him? How can we defend Kentucky? And quit fouling. We have got to stop fouling to keep this lead or to build this lead. We can't foul them every possession.
But if you make threes on the other end, it works out okay. Owe hits another free throw. He went 9 of 10 last night from the foul line. And a nice rhythm here. He's made 5 in a row with 1 more coming up. Guy who scored 21 the first meeting with Alabama. Hits 2 free throws. He's only fouled out twice this season. Both games were against the Crimson Tide. 64-52. Bama leads. 14:20 to play. This team's trying to get to Saturday and play in the semifinals. Youngblood with a catch, gives it to Phylon. Turned away right baseline. Continues on the bounce as he goes back to the wing. Owe guards went under a screen. Now a drive along the right side. Diabate in close. Almost lost it. Flips it back outside. Shot clock with 4, with 3. Holloway on the left side trying to take it up. Into the timer. A foul on Kentucky. Amari Williams blocked the shot but got him with the body. And free throws coming up for Alabama. They had 0.9 left on the shot clock.
Yeah, 0.9. I didn't know if he was going to. I thought he was going to line him up and try to shoot a 3. But they did a pretty good job. Perry was out on him. Wasn't letting him square up. He had to drive it, and he had a little bit of a gap where he could get to the basket, and he draws an important foul on Williams.
78% from the foul stripe for the Auburn transfer. Free throw is good.
Williams has got 3, Carr's got 3, so it's not just Alabama in pretty good foul trouble or pretty bad foul trouble, depending on how you look at it.
The personals have stacked up in this game. Saw Holloway make that three a moment ago, and he is one of the SEC's leading three-point shooters. Made one out of two. Battle on for the rebound. Goes out of play. You had Sherrell down there. You had Williams as well. Sherrell touched it last, and Kentucky gets it.
Yeah, good job by Sherrell. Almost coming up with that offensive rebound. And they're going to press now. I wouldn't foul.
65-52 the count. Alabama leads Kentucky with under 14 minutes to play. It's Williams, offensive court. Comfortable handling the ball. Picks it up. Just inside the arc, gives to Brea, cuts right side, high off the glass, wouldn't go with the shot that might have been deflected. Here's Philon with the rebound, fancy dribbling as he goes left to right, stops, takes a three, no good, missed to the left. Brea continued to move away, and the ball goes to the deck. It's picked up by Kentucky, driving. Williams trying to slam after the loose ball is dug out by Garrison. A foul on Alabama. He rose up there and looked to throw it down. Instead, we'll get free throws.
And there's three guys on the floor, so when they finally got the ball up, it was a true 4-on-3 fast break. Advantage Kentucky, and Williams was smart. He was like, we're not going to just be passing this ball around here. I'm going to the rack. And he's so big and so strong, he easily drew a foul, and he about had an incredible dunk.
Trying to bring the house down. Foul on Youngblood. That's his second as Williams shoots two free throws. The first one in and out, no good. On that play on the other end, boy, Brea just continued to go down and defend, and you saw Philon, or making Holloway put on the brakes, took the three-pointer. It was Philon, I should say. And one more coming up here for Williams at the 13:29 mark.
And Williams, second leading rebounder in the SEC behind Janai Broome.
No good on the second attempt, left it short. Alabama grabs the rebound after an empty trip to the line by Amari Williams. Those were his first two misses of the night. Down low, somebody lost Sherrell, and Aiden hammers it two-handed for his first two. 67-52.
Great pass by Aiden Holloway. Great pass.
Danger time for Kentucky with 13 to play. Alabama holding its biggest advantage. Oweh to Garrison at the top, sends it back to Oweh. Mid-post right side, Williams, cross-court pass, Perry for three. That one's short. Rebound, Bama. Diabate jumps in to get it. Quickly front court, Holloway. Takes the right baseline against Brea. Reverse layup. A little wild shot high off the glass. Brea digs out the loose ball. Pressure in backcourt by Holloway. Pass ahead goes to Oweh. Lob down low into the waiting hands of Aiden Sherrell. Intercepted by Alabama. End to end we go. Down the middle. Slam. There's Diabate for two. 69-52.
They need a timeout.
Mark Pope does just that. The Alabama fans roar in approval as their team leads by 17. Timeout with 12:30 to go. And I believe this is a full media break. It will be. We'll take it as well. Quarterfinal number 4, Alabama leading by 17. We'll take the break on the SEC Radio Network.
Mercedes-Benz asks you this. What do elite athletes and luxury vehicles have in common? A winning drive for starters. Both are versatile, intelligent, and constantly innovating. Both navigate speed bumps and leave fans with goosebumps. And of course, only the best become stars. Mercedes-Benz, available in electric, gas, or plug-in hybrid. Discover uncompromising luxury at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Learn more at MBUSA.com. Mercedes-Benz, official luxury vehicle of the SEC.
Severance Season 2 is now streaming on Apple TV+.
What you all did 5 months ago was one of the most painful moments in the history of this company.
Our message got out. We're famous.
All of us equally, or one of us is like the star?
What did you see? My Audi's wife was Miss Casey.
If you want to find out what happened to her, I'll help.
She's still alive. I want to see my wife.
You should have left.
Severance. New season now streaming. Only on Apple TV+.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
SEC basketball is brought to you all week long by Farm Rich, the official frozen snack of the SEC. Grab a snack. Pfizer, the official pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine awareness sponsor of the SEC. And by Sprouts Farmers Market, official healthy grocer of the SEC.
Kentucky on a 3.5-minute stretch without a field goal. Alabama's made 7 of their last 9. The Crimson Tide lead the Wildcats 69-52 at 12:30 to play. Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. SEC Tournament Day 3 and Game 4. Kevin Ingram with Matt Zimmerman. Our whole crew, a lot of fun. Appreciate you staying up late with us wherever you might be. And boys, this feels like danger time for Kentucky. This game's right there on the ropes for the Wildcats.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a whole lot of time left, and I'm sure that's what Coach Pope's telling his Wildcats. Guys, don't panic. We're down 17, yeah. But there's a lot of time left, and we just got to knock off about 1.5 points a minute, and we're going to be fine. But you got to start with defense. They've already given up 69 points. Anyone that follows SEC knows. You talked about it with the statistics. Kentucky is not one of the better defensive teams in our league. They struggle. They're a good offensive team. They can get hot. They can get rolling, but they do not defend that great. And so that's been a problem for them all season, and that's why they have 10 losses. If they played better defense, they probably have 3 or 4 losses because they got some guys that can score the ball. But they can still come back, but they have got to lock in some defense here. They can't give up any offensive rebounds, and they got to play very, very aggressive.
And I think you could say some of the same things about Alabama. Not always the best defensive team, but boy, they just put so much pressure with the way they can move the ball down the court and shoot threes, score close. They got a whole wave of 6'10" guys that can throw at you. Yeah. This is a team that, they went to the Final Four last year, and it feels like this group could really do some damage in March again here.
Yeah, they really could. A Final Four team, as you said. They've won the league a lot in the last 6 years and won the league tournament. This is a good program. He's about to foul, I think, right off the bat.
Yeah, Perry had the ball, and it looked like it was close to a foul by Holloway. Down low, Williams wide open on the delivery from Carr, and Amari Williams flushes it two-handed to make it 69-54. 12:15 to play. Half number 2. Holloway, a bounce pass on a screen roll. Sherrill able to dig it out. Took it up. Carr blocked it. Battle on for the loose ball. Perry had it for a moment. Goes to the deck. Sherrill grabs it for Alabama. Lost again, and Carr retrieves.
Sherrill just needed to pivot right there and find one of those really good guards he's got.
Williams to Carr, inside posting, takes it in, had it swatted. Diabate says, get it out of here. Out of play beyond the left baseline with 19 on the shot clock. Kentucky will throw it back in.
Yeah, that was good defense right there. He didn't give up anything. Alabama's not a big shot-blocking team, although they've got some really nice-looking athletes. They don't block a ton of shots.
But these teams only about 4 blocks per game, so maybe not really the game for either side here. Perry outside. Foul away from the ball will be whistled against Alabama. Going to call it on Aiden Sherrill, his third, and that will be 7 for Alabama. So 1-1 for Kentucky with 11:47 to play.
Yeah, you love that. Go to the line, got a chance, stop the clock, knock some free throws down. Williams, he can make free throws. Sometimes he shoots a really line drive.
He made his first 8. He has missed his last 2. He's 65% on the season. Guy who played at Drexel previously. He's from Nottingham, England. It's 1-1. Free throw no good. Inside position. Diabate knocked it down, and Omori grabbed it for Alabama. So 1 and done for Williams.
That was just a line drive. He shot it so flat.
Diabate on the right wing. As Holloway wanted a back cut. Kentucky had it defended. Dangerous pass finds its way to the top. Now it's Holloway again. Backs off. 12 to shoot. Holloway, left baseline, looks his man off, got it to Diabate, lays it in. Beautiful finish. Mo Diabate will double clutch to make it 71-54. Alabama stretching its lead to 17. Perry circles beneath the bucket. Knocked down, taken away. Steal by Alabama. Diabate at midcourt got knocked to the deck. A foul on Kentucky.
And they're going to give it to Travis Perry. Perry's been doing better than those early problems he had, but he turned the ball over there.
Team foul number 4 for Kentucky in the half. Got 11:11 to play. Colin Chandler goes in. Here comes Kobe Bryant to return. Perry and Noah will go to the bench for Mark Pope's team.
11-11, make a wish. And if you're the Kentucky Wildcats, you're wishing for a great comeback here, down 17 points.
You're wishing for some stops and three-pointers if you're this partisan crowd dressed in blue. Youngblood turns into a 3 left side and drains it. Chris Youngblood has hit 2 triples here in the second half. The lead is 20 for Alabama, 74-54. Left side, Carr tries to answer from 3. It's good. Carr hits his first 3. 74-57. Under 11 to go here in Nashville. Knocked away from Holloway. Rescues, goes to Sears. Launches from the logo. It's good. The 3 starting to drop in this stretch. 77-57.
Wow.
He was way out there. We've seen some deep ones in this game. Chandler takes a nice pass. Tried to reverse layup. Wouldn't go. Contested by Diabate. Alabama has the ball left to right. Leading by 20. Holloway, hash mark, right side. Going to go to work against Chandler. Crosses over, looks to drive into the paint. Stumbled a bit, tripped up, and a foul on Kentucky. It will be on Chandler. His second, and the team's 5th, and a fresh 20 on the shot clock for Alabama as we near the midpoint in half number 2.
Yeah, 7 fouls against Alabama. Now that's 5 on the Wildcats.
Right baseline entry. The experienced Mark Sears. Lobs, Holloway catches. Out of the arc right side, got past Chandler. Sends it out to Sears. Against Owe. The 10 to shoot. Sears in the lane. Free throw line jumper off the rim. No good. Williams grabs a rebound. Auburn wishes he would have done that back on Saturday. Here's Williams. Fans the left side. Owe with the catch. Sears with a knockaway and a takeaway. Carr giving chase. Sears lays it up. Blocked by Carr. Goes out of bounds. Count the bucket. A goaltend.
I think that's just a blocked shot. That was a great effort by Andrew Carr. Every time the ball's up high, don't mean it's a goaltend. And to me, live action, hadn't seen a replay. That was just a block shot. Well, you can pin it on the, you can pin it up there.
By calling it a goaltend, though, they can go back and review it at the next timeout. So we'll see if, again, Alabama has one taken off the board. It happened to Sears back in the first half. 9:40 to go. It's 79-57. They count it for now. A knockaway in midcourt. Holloway going to the floor. Kentucky recovers. Garrison sends it down low. Owe saves in the car beneath the basket. Brings it out. Right-hand jump hook is good. Andrew Carr missed a whole lot of the first half of the fouls. He's had a nice second half.
Yeah, he's made 5 baskets. And 4 of them are 2-pointers inside. And then the one left side 3.
3 ball, no good. Taken by Alabama as he had Sears and Holloway out behind the 3-point line. Knocked out of bounds. It will be a foul whistle against Alabama on the rebound. Yeah. It went on to Morey, so that's his 4th after the 3-point miss by Sears.
This lead could get a little quicker, smaller. It was just 22 by the score. If you take those 2 off, which I think that's 20, and then they just had a basket, that would be 18. If he can make these 2 free throws, so 1-1, it would be a 16-point lead from 23 all of a sudden.
Without a whole lot of extra effort, this is 1-1, and Garrison hits the free throw. That is his first point of the evening, 51%. Played at Oklahoma State. He's from OKC and averages 5 points and 4 rebounds.
Just keep an eye on that scoreboard. It could really shrink quickly. And a nice last 30 seconds by Kentucky because they were getting hammered pretty good. And they've made about 3 straight plays. And if you take that shot goaltending off, that will give them 4 straight plays. That's 8-0 run.
One more coming up for Garrison. The bonus shot is no good. Hard off the heel rebound, Alabama. Stevenson back in and got the board. 1 out of 2 for Garrison. 79-60 the score for now with 9 minutes to play. Hook pass, Stevenson wide open 3. No good. It was short. Race on for the loose ball. Garrison and Stevenson trying to get to it. Make it Almanor for Kentucky, but Stevenson grabs it. Youngblood launches a long one. That was off target and ticks off the rim into the hands of Chandler for Kentucky.
They're shooting some wild threes right now.
They're starting to try to really put them up from distance. Chandler down the right lane line. Circles out as Nelson got there. He's back in playing with 3 personals. Kentucky resets. They run their stuff with 11 on the shot clock. Owe crossing over. Drives, lays it up. Stevenson got a piece of that layup attempt. It went to Nelson. Alabama in transition with Sears. Hesitates, drives off the baseline, rolls it home. Veteran shot by Mark Sears. That was a nice finish. 81-60 with 8:20 to play.
Yeah, that's a good stop. Kind of stopped some of their wild threes. Bama took those last 4 possessions. The senior drove it to the basket.
Sears with 13. Alabama's lead is 21 as they try to win against Kentucky in the tournament for only the third time ever. 3-ball, a brick taken by Almanor. One and done again for Kentucky as Alabama has a rebound. Hesitation by Sears all the way to the rack for two. 83-60.
That was a beautiful move in transition by Mark Sears. Hesitation dribble. Murray's got to get over there and try to block that.
Those are the kids call it a hezzy?
Yeah.
That's what he did. Garrison at the top. Hands off to Bray with a short pass. Yes. Here's Bray for three. No good. 3-point attempt was strong. Alabama got the rebound. It's Nelson. Here comes Sears again. Stops and launches. Short this time. Rebound Kentucky. Garrison. High up to pick that one off. 83-60. 7.5 to go. A little bit of an NBA feel to this stretch.
Yeah. It's a little bit wild right now. A lot of threes.
Garrison trying to find a teammate. Bounce pass, it's Oweh. Deep right side. Garrison took a little shove. Here's Youngblood guarding Oweh. Strong left-hand dribble, offensive foul. I thought that was a good call. Oweh shoved him to the deck. He gets the personal. His second, team's sixth. And immediate timeout at the 7-11 mark in half number 2. And Alabama in control. Crimson Tide 83, Kentucky 60. This is the SEC Radio Network.
We know that sport has the power to change lives on and off the field. But today, the majority of kids in the U.S. are no longer playing sports. As the leader in fueling athletes, Gatorade is committed to helping reverse this trend and creating positive change across our communities. That's why Gatorade has launched Fuel Tomorrow, a new multi-year initiative to help everyone have equal opportunity to play sports and realize their potential. Learn more about Gatorade's commitment to break down barriers and help millions of kids get into the game by visiting Gatorade.com/community.
You're listening to the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament on the SEC Radio Network.
And if you want to grab a snack, grab a Farm Rich snack. Something about that song just makes me hungry. Well, any requests? Oh, how about some mozzarella sticks instead? Folks, it's time for me to grab a snack. Feel free to do the same. You can find Farm Rich in the freezer aisle. This next one goes out to all the cheese lovers out there.
On Southwest, everyone can change or cancel their flight without a fee. That means this solo travel queen can stay an extra day on vacay. No fee, baby. And these two lovebirds get one more day of freedom.
Our kids won't miss us. They're with me, Ma.
Well, this poor guy can bail on the bachelor party a night early.
I'm tired, man.
No change or cancel fees. For real. That's a big flex. Only at Southwest. Fare difference may apply. Failure to cancel a reservation at least 10 minutes prior to scheduled departure may result in forfeited flight credits.
Alabama 81, Kentucky 67-11 to go. We speculated they might review a goaltend call. They did. They've taken the basket off for Mark Sears. So the lead is 21 for Alabama. And with the big lead and the under 8 timeouts, some of the blue-clad fans are starting to head for the exits and maybe find fun elsewhere, maybe outside the arena here.
Yeah, they're leaving a little bit early. They're 7-11, and Big Blue Nation, most of the they draw so well. They support their team so strong. And they're not all leaving. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's still a bunch of folks here.
Yeah, but there's definitely been some Kentucky. The first ones we've seen leave were right there under 8-minute media timeout, 7-11. But even as they leave, there was 2 points taken off the board. You always got to hope for some crazy finish. Last night it was Oklahoma that provided the crazy finish. They pressed Kentucky. Kentucky turned the ball over. Oklahoma takes an improbable lead by 1, and then a great play, individual effort, curling off of an inbounds, pushing the ball up the floor. No one could get over there to cut him off or turn him, and Otega Oweh went all the way down, coast to coast, finished with his left hand, going full speed. That was one for the books. There'll be a lot of Kentucky fans that will remember that good feeling they had last night when they won. But they're going to have that good feeling tonight. They got to try to get to 81, and they can't give Alabama any more points. They can't give Alabama 82 or 83 or 88 or nothing like that. They got to keep Alabama at 81 or
I don't know if they can do that for 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard. Alabama shot it great here in the second half. They've outscored Kentucky by 14 since halftime, and the Wildcats are on a 2-minute drought. Bama in the second half has shot 56%, 6 of 12 from 3. That's been a difference, too. They've started to make three-pointers after only 2 in the first half. Kentucky 35% since halftime, 1 of 6 from 3, and they have made 9 of 13 from the foul line. Alabama 2 out of 4. Points off turnovers, 22-2 in favor of the Crimson Tide. With LeBaron Philon leading the way, a game-high 18 points. Williams has 16 for Kentucky. Philon driving here. A send pass to the left wing, caught by Darion Reed, who's in. Reed has it back, middle of the lane, works against Carr. Up and under. Carr did a good job to block the shot. It was tipped. It goes to Stevenson. Shot clock didn't reset. Nelson thought about a three. Now to Stevenson on the right. His three rattles home.
Wow.
Jaron Stevenson, a 3 in each half. He's in double figures, 84-60 Crimson Tide.
Reed kept that ball alive and tipped it back out to Stevenson.
Here's a float by Noah. It's good. Trent Noah, a 2 in each half. The freshman from Harlan, Kentucky. Guy they call the Mountain Mamba.
Yeah.
84-62.
Nice touch there by Noah.
Holloway floats. It rolls off no good. Nelson trying to get to the rebound. Noah pulls it down for Kentucky. Pushes it ahead. Brea right wing. He's going to drive and dish, and Carr lays it home. Andrew Carr running the floor, got the bucket. Most of his damage since halftime. He's up to 17. 84-64. Lead remains 20 for the Crimson Tide with 6 minutes to play.
Clock is Alabama's friend, but they don't really care about the clock.
Nelson was LeBaron Philon's friend right there. He set a pick. He turned the corner, got down the left lane line, drew the whistle, and a foul on Kentucky.
Yeah, and that's number 7 now on Kentucky. It's going to be 2 shots anyway. 8 fouls on Alabama. Jump ball arrow is going to go to Kentucky.
The foul went on Noah, his first, team 7th. Foul line for 2, and it is no good.
He's been on 18 for a long time.
He has. He was on 18 early in the second half. He had 13 and a half, number 1. Came out, hit a 3, and got a 2-point bucket. Talked about earlier, this is the 20th time these teams have played in the SEC tournament. Alabama has lost the last 12 as Kentucky has gone 19-2 overall. Philon hits 1 out of 2. This would be their first win since 1983 in the SEC tournament against Kentucky.
That's a long time, and this might be... Sears is out. It'll be interesting if he's probably done, but they may stick Sears back in the ball game.
Might see him a little more here. To the left corner, Noah tries a 3. That was short. To the near side where Alabama plays it. It's picked up by Reed. Left to right, he brings it across. 21-point advantage straight away. It is Holloway for the Crimson Tide. Comes Nelson for a screen. Holloway uses it, goes to the left, over to Reed. Thought about the 3, drives in against Carr. Flips it up off the baseline. It's short. Rebound claimed by Kentucky. Williams, a quick outlet pass goes to Noah. Carr going to take it right down the middle. He scoops, foul on Nelson. A couple big guys doing battle there, and Carr will get to the free throw line with a foul on Nelson, his 4th.
Yeah, with all the fouls that we've had, no one's fouled out. And so that's a good sign.
We got a long way to go. We're getting close.
Yeah.
We got 5:14 to go here.
Yeah. They've not been calling it quite as tight in this half, to me.
It's getting late. It's almost 11.
But we talked about the 40 fouls in the game. Remember that early in the game? I said it was a pace for 40. And I think it's at 36 right now.
Yeah, I think we're going to get there. Carr misses a free throw. One more coming up. This first trip there tonight, 78% of the season. He has 20 double-figure games on the season, including tonight. He scored 11 against Oklahoma last night. Another guy they have seen miss time with an injury. This has been a Kentucky team that has definitely been plagued by injured players throughout the season. 85-65, Alabama with the ball and a 20-point lead with 5 minutes left. Philon out at long range near his head coach, Nate Oates. Philon down the left, outside for Reed. Bulls his way into the paint. To the right wing, Stevenson, another 3. Got it this time. 3 is good for Jaron Stevenson. 3 triples tonight. Makes it 88-65.
Yeah, he loves that right side. He's buried 2 of them from the right side. The one in the first half was from the right side wing.
Yeah, it's felt like they have been from that same spot. Noah wide open. His 3 is no good. A little strong. Philon has the rebound for Alabama. Left to right, the Crimson Tide with a big lead. File on to the rack and scores. Took it right down the baseline and flips it in. 90-65, Alabama.
Yeah, 90 with over 4 minutes to play. They can score over 100 if they want to. And they've got some of their better players on the bench already.
Perry down low, reverses on the dribble. All the way out straight away as Holloway gives chase. Noah on the left looking for a posting car. Now it's Williams up top. Wanted to go high to low. Williams puts it on the deck, and a reach foul on Sherrell will be his fourth.
Well, we talked about Sears with about 6 minutes went out. Would he stay out? And here he comes.
So they got 2,700 points. Want to get some more as he waits to check in. And Sears has 13 tonight. One of 4 double-figure scores for Alabama. Kentucky has 3 players in double digits. But down by 25 as Williams leaves the free throw short.
Yeah, Williams has struggled at the line, and he's getting a little frustrated with himself. He's not bad, though. I mean, it's 8 from 12. It's just that he was making all of them early, and now he's been missing all of them.
Yeah, he made the first 8. He's missed the last 4. Here's Williams for one more at the 4:07 mark. And this one no good as well. Alabama's players battle among themselves for the rebound. Here is Reed offensive court. We cross under 4 minutes to play. Let's turn into a blowout here in Game 4. That has been a rarity in this tournament so far.
Yeah, it really has, but it speaks a lot about how well Alabama played. And, boy, that game with them in Florida, that's going to be an incredible game tomorrow.
It really is. With 2 outstanding teams. Florida just won at Alabama's place last week. Well, knocked out of bounds. And that'll take us to the break with 3:45 to go. It is all Alabama here in Nashville. 90-65 the count. They lead Kentucky as we continue on the SEC Radio Network.
In SEC country, the key to our confidence comes from having a goal.
Cover 3. Ready?
And knowing just how we're going to get there.
8 seconds. It's plenty of time.
So in these pivotal moments, we come together for inspiration and a plan. Financial confidence in SEC country works that way too when you and your banker get together to create your personal Regions Green Print plan.
I think that'll really work. Thanks.
So let's huddle up, because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Johnsonville asks, you know why they're called sausage links? Because they have the power to link people together. Isn't that beautiful? I read that somewhere, or maybe I just made it up. But the point is, instead of stirring the pot on social media to drive people apart, let's stir the jambalaya or the Italian sausage rigatoni. And you just watch. Johnsonville sausage links link people, just like the sausage patties is a way people pat each other on the back. Okay, that I totally made up, but it's also very true. Keep it juicy out there.
At Sprouts Farmers Market, we're all about fresh, healthy, and delicious. Every shopping trip is an adventure, with new and ahead-of-the-trend products hitting the shelves every month. From the latest mouth-watering vegan and gluten-free cookies to yummy plant-based protein bars, there's always something new to explore. Plus, find more than 2,800 Sprouts brand items filled with incredible flavor and better-for-you ingredients. Visit your neighborhood Sprouts today, the official grocer of the Southeastern Conference.
Well, Alabama, 3 minutes and 45 seconds away from a trip to the SEC semifinals tomorrow. Crimson Tide leading Kentucky 90-65 with just under 4 minutes to play here in Nashville. Kevin Ingram, Matt Zimmerman, Stephen Hartzell, our whole crew. It's great to have you with us here on the SEC Radio Network and be back with you tomorrow for semifinals Saturday. Those are going to be some great games with top seed Auburn and Tennessee in the first one, and then Alabama and Florida in game number 2. We're looking a little chalky on these the Friday quarterfinal games, but man, got the top 4 seeds, and they're going to do battle here on this court on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I told a buddy of mine from Arkansas that came in for this tournament, I said probably today 3 of the top 4 seeds will win, and maybe one of the other ones will sneak in and get a victory. Someone that started Thursday. I didn't know if Texas, who was playing their 3rd game, would be able to do it, but I thought one of those other teams would, but they didn't. Yeah. And it was, as you said, chalk. The 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed, 4 seed, all won. I think I saw one time that 80%, since we've gone to 14 teams, 80% of the winners, they're one of the top 4 seeds that win this tournament. There's been people that have won 4 games. Arkansas has done it. Georgia's done it. No one's ever won 5 games to win it. Stephen Hartzell says that'll never happen. I believe in the UConns of the world that it will happen.
It took UConn about 11 overtimes or something to get it done there that one year. Madison Square Garden, that was pretty entertaining. And you also wonder what impact this has on the seeding process for the NCAA tournament. What about Texas' run? How much does that help them winning a couple games
Sometimes you think it's really going to help, and then it doesn't help.
It doesn't make any difference. That's right. Exactly right. Alabama man-to-man defense with Kentucky on offense and 3.5 minutes left. Kobe Brea wanted to shoot a 3. A discard sends Reed to the deck and a foul on Kentucky. It'll be called, I believe, on Brandon Garrison. 2 for Garrison. 8 for Kentucky in the half, so foul and turnover gives it back to Alabama, holding a 25-point advantage.
Yeah, 8th foul on Kentucky.
Coach Mark Pope, arms folded, maybe a little frustrated across the way.
Yeah.
Late night win last night, but it's been all about Alabama here in the second half. Sears launches a 3 that wouldn't go. Noah got a piece of the rebound. Alabama digs it out, and it goes from Sherrell to Stevenson for a 2-hand slam.
Hey, Stevenson's had a great game and had some foul trouble. He's been fantastic.
Up to 16. The lead is up to 27. Alabama going after another loose ball. Almanor on the court for Kentucky. Alabama looking for a tie-up. The arrow points in the Crimson Tide's favor. And they will get it again with 3:05 to play.
Well, Nate Oates doesn't need any help from us, but I would definitely get Mark Sears out. He's had a little ankle trouble before. Get him out of the game and get your stars ready for tomorrow. It comes earlier. This is late at night. Yep. It's a big shift. You're going to play a lot earlier. Quick turnaround for Alabama.
Yeah, they're going to be out there in the 2:30 to 3 o'clock range tomorrow after working till about 11 o'clock tonight. Holloway driving, puts on the brakes, trying to send it outside. He flips it out to Max Garnowski, who's in. He went in to replace Mark Sears a moment ago.
He might have double dribbled there real quick.
Holloway against Perry, backs off, takes a baseline, fade away, in and out, and back in. Aiden Holloway, all of his points since halftime. He's up to 8, 94-65.
That's a little bit of a sin, though. That's the mid-range. I love a mid-range, but that's against their system.
You get taken out even if you make it?
No, I think you still like them 2 points.
Garrison hands off to Noah, fights around a screen. Noah at the free throw line. Flips it back outside. Perry with the catch, puts it on the deck. Down the middle he goes, put it up, no good. Foul on Alabama.
Perry just keeps fighting. He's 2 for 7, but he's 5 for 6 at the charity stripe. Only ended up with 2 turnovers. He kind of settled down in his role-playing point. I appreciate how hard he plays. He competes.
Foul went on Holloway. That is his second, and 2 free throws here for Eddyville, Kentucky's Travis Perry. Foul shot number 1. Rattles good.
One shot, man.
One more coming up at the 2:13 mark. Closing in on the end of quarterfinal Friday. Shot number 2, no good. Stevenson grabs a rebound.
You look at Alabama's bench, though. They don't have a lot of guys they can put in that don't play in the rotation.
They really don't. They've had some injuries, too. Kentucky gets a takeaway. Knocked loose, and Chandler comes down with the ball for the Wildcats. Under 2 minutes, 94-66, Alabama leads. Chandler going to take it on in, put it up, off the glass, wouldn't go. Foul on Alabama. This time it's on Sherrell, and that may be the end of the night at the 1:55 mark.
Yeah, finally someone fouls out. Yeah, but Alabama doesn't have like most college teams where you have 3 or 4 walk-ons or guys that don't play much towards the end of the bench. They've got they don't have any of that. Everybody that's sitting over there is people that have played in this ball game.
Sherrell goes out with his 5th foul, and he is replaced in the lineup by Mo Diabate. He has a double-figure night of his own with 13 points and 8 rebounds. The most boards among anybody in crimson and white. Chandler's free throw bouncing no good off the back rim. Can do get in the scorebook in an SEC tournament game. Actually, he had 3 and 3 last night. A freshman from Utah who had committed to BYU, but followed Mark Pope to Kentucky. Free throw here is good. 94-67 the count. Alabama with the ball left to right with 1:50 to play. Aiden Holloway angles over toward his coach on the dribble. Goes between the circles to Stevenson. Works on the right. Hook pass back outside. Holloway against Chandler. Backs off. Takes a three. Splash.
My goodness.
Holloway sticks a three-pointer to get Alabama even closer to the century mark with 90 seconds left. It's 97-67.
Yeah, that wasn't fair for Colin Chandler. He just can't guard him, and he had to kind of back pedal a little bit. Couldn't do anything there.
Garrison at the right elbow. Goes a low bounce pass to Almanor. Drove, had it blocked. It goes out of bounds. It goes to Alabama. The Crimson Tide, they have the ball after another block. Our Allstate Good Hands play presented by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. And a bunch of those type plays for Alabama tonight. They have forced 16 turnovers and scored 29 points off those takeaways. Here it's a drive by Stevenson, knocked out of bounds with 1:08 to play and 22 on the shot clock.
Nate Oates is getting on him saying that was a foul. He's not refereed a whole lot tonight, but he may be wanting this 100 points. Doesn't really matter at all. I'd be fine if they didn't score 100.
They have 8 games with over 100 this season and 29 under Coach Nate Oates during his tenure. Goes in bounds. Diabate tried to hang on to the loose ball but couldn't do so. It went out of play on the right baseline with 1:05 to go.
But a great second half by Alabama. They scored 45 points in the first half, and they've scored 52 in the second half. That's incredible. That is some impressive offense by Alabama.
They can really stack up the points. Perry drove, had it blocked. Diabate was on the scene for Alabama. Ball goes out of bounds. Kentucky keeps it with 17 seconds on the shot clock and 53 on the game clock.
It's a disappointing loss for Kentucky. The huge fan base. They really support. They buy tickets. They've been incredible for the SEC tournament over the years. They all, most of them have all left now.
Been incredible for the Chamber of Commerce here in Nashville, too. Noah outside, lobs over on the left with the catch by Garrison. Noah down low, fans the right corner. Chandler steps into a three. It's good. His second three-pointer of this tournament, 97-70. Alabama leads.
Yeah, Colin Chandler plays very hard. Young man from Utah. It was good to see him knock that shot down. He's not had a good game overall, so it's good to see him have something positive happen.
And he's had some good moments this season. He's seen his playing time increases. They've had injuries. Holloway on a drive. He put it up with the right hand. Wouldn't drop. Foul whistled against Kentucky. And we'll pause 10 seconds for a station ID before the free throws. This is the SEC Radio Network. Colin Chandler gets the foul, his third, and Aiden Holloway at the foul stripe. Mentioned all of his points in the second half. He has 11 since the break, make it 12 with one more coming up. Guy who transferred from Auburn, and boy, Matt, this is a really talented player right here, number 2.
He really is. He had a good year at Auburn last year. Not sure all of his reasons for wanting to leave there, but he did, and it's worked out. And Auburn's got a lot of good guards, and so, but he's really helped Alabama, and finished third in the Southeastern Conference, and he had a really good season.
99-70, so Alabama's still a point away from hitting 100. Perry dribbles outside. Kentucky on offense. 16 seconds left. The shot clock off. Perry outside. Chandler with the catch. Puts on the brakes against Reed. Wraparound pass to the right corner. Noah tries the three. That's no good. Rebound collected by Reed. Alabama's bench says, let's just run out the clock. They'll do just that. The Tide rolls to the semifinals of this SEC tournament. Alabama defeats Kentucky by a final of 99-70. Really impressive second half, outscoring the Wildcats 54-32 after the break.
And it's hard to score 54 points in a 20-minute half, and Alabama did it pretty easily. They were aggressive. They shot the ball well. Those threes that they weren't making in the first half started going. They go 9 of 16 in the second half, 56%. They put on an offensive clinic, and they get to 99 points. Kentucky's going to make the tournament, but they're hurt. They're a team that did not play well in this game. They had a huge emotional win last night over OU. So good luck to Kentucky in the NCAA tournament. But, boy, Alabama's rolling.
They really are, and they played great, especially in the second half, as we talked about, and scoring points off turnovers. You look at that number, 29-6. That was really big. They forced 16 miscues by Kentucky. And, you know, for this Kentucky team. Maybe the gap between here and the time they play next week on Thursday or Friday, they can get a little healthier, including Lamont Butler, as we'll have a visit from Mohamed Diabate as he puts on the headset and joins us. 13 points, 8 rebounds tonight. Mo, congratulations on the win. First of all, boy, you guys really got it rolling in the second half. What did you like about this team's performance?
I think that we played very good today. Coach emphasized playing hard, being the hardest playing team, and doing all the blue-collar work, and that's what we did today.
How were you guys able to get it going in transition and really knock down those threes in the second half as well?
We just try to push. Every time we get the rebound, we just try to push. We try to be the fastest playing team on the court. We try to outwork them, we try to get in transition every time because that's our identity.
You just continue to get better yourself. You were handling the ball. You're playing like a guard out there. You can knock down a three-pointer. You can go post up. You can drive. Talk about how you've improved throughout this season.
Just putting in the work, man, every day, man. In and out, I stay trying to improve on the things I need to improve on while still doing the dirty work, It's just, the work is just coming along, man.
And your confidence seems really high right now.
Yeah. Coach, he told me to be more aggressive on the ball. I'm just getting my rhythm, man. It's March, man. It's Ramadan, man. We trying to get to it, man.
All right, now you got a quick turnaround. You guys will play tomorrow afternoon against Florida. How do you get some rest to get ready for that one?
Just go to sleep, man. Get off my feet. Eat some food, go to sleep, watch some film. That's about it, man. Get ready for them.
Get up and do it again. Mo, congratulations on the win. We appreciate
some rest.
it. Yeah. All right. That's Mo Diabate from Alabama, the second-year player from Queens. He had a terrific game tonight. Really balanced scoring for Alabama. They had 5 players in double figures. He had 13 points with a team-high 8 rebounds. Look at more of the final numbers. They were led in scoring by LeBaron Philon with 21. You had Jaron Stevenson. I thought he was really good. Scored 16 to go with 4 rebounds. Over on Kentucky's side of things, he had 3 players in double figures. Andrew Carr, most of his damage in the second half, a team-high 18. You had Williams with 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Perry with 11 points to go with 4 rebounds. But really, all Alabama, balanced scoring. They did a lot of things right, and just a tremendous second half as they pulled away and got a 99-70 victory against Kentucky. Their first win against the Wildcats in a long time in this tournament.
Yeah, I know it means a lot for their program to get that off their back, beat Kentucky. They've shown to be, in the last 6 years since Nate Oates got there, the top, arguably the top program, or second or third. There's a lot of people that want to argue that, but they've been tremendous, and this was a big win tonight. They played very well, and they do have to rest quick because it's going to be a battle, and the team they're playing's had a few more hours of rest than they have. That's going to be an interesting semifinals tomorrow afternoon here at Bridgestone.
We've got 2 great semifinals coming up tomorrow as we'll see Auburn against Tennessee and Florida faces this Alabama team. Z, it was a lot of fun, man. Really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, Kevin. You're the best, and we'll do it again sometime.
Sounds great. Our look at the stats was presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. We'll take a break, come back with more in a moment. 99-70, Alabama defeats Kentucky. This is the SEC Radio Network.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. But we're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Joe Montana here. In my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease. Are you 50 or older like me? The CDC now recommends vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at increased risk and over 6 times greater risk of hospitalization with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Live from Nashville, this is the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament on the SEC Radio Network.
When it comes to action-packed highlights, there's nothing like the SEC. And when it comes to packing your game day celebration with deliciousness, there's nothing quite like Bush's Beans. As the official beans of the SEC, we offer big taste for every fan and every tailgate, even if it never leaves your backyard. Come to think of it, we're kind of like the power conference of flavor. So draw up that beautiful bean game plan and stock up on your favorites. Bush's, that beautiful bean company.
Severance Season 2 is now streaming on Apple TV+.
What you all did 5 months ago was one of the most painful moments in the history of this company.
Our message got out. We're famous. All of us equally, or one of us is like the star?
What did you see? My Audie's wife was Miss Casey.
If you wouldn't find out what happened to her, I'll help.
She's still alive. I want to see my wife.
You should have left.
Severance. New season now streaming. Only on Apple TV+.
Another team is moving on. Time now for the Postgame Show, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, official luxury vehicle of the SEC. Stats, analysis, a full game recap, and more are coming up. Once again, let's go live inside Bridgestone Arena in Nashville.
Final score from Nashville, Alabama cruises into the semifinals 99-70. They run away from Kentucky, and with that, it is all chalk. Top 4 seeds all advancing to the SEC tournament semifinals on Saturday. Stephen Hartzell courtside with you at Bridgestone Arena. Welcome to the postgame show driven by Mercedes-Benz. Quick recap of what we just saw. Alabama goes wire to wire. Kentucky never led in this game. Alabama got out to a lead and just added to it as the game went on. 99-70, tied with the win. Bama led by 7 at halftime. They put up 54 second-half points on Kentucky. 11 threes for Alabama in the game. Balanced scoring. 5 players in double figures, led by LeBaron Philon. He's our player of the game, brought to you by Bush's. Bush's Chili Magic makes chili magically fast. Just chop, drop, chili. LeBaron Philon for Alabama, 21 points, 8 of 14 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds for the Alabama freshman as the Tide hang 99 on the Cats, and Alabama will advance to get the 2-seed Florida Gators in our second semifinal of the game. It's time for our T-Mobile play of the game. It comes courtesy of Mo Diabate.
Diabate, he tries a 3. That one's good. Mo Diabate from distance. He had only made 7 on 20 attempts entering tonight's play. He stretches Alabama's lead back to 13. It's 57-44. Timeout, Kentucky.
As called by our Kevin Ingram, that is our T-Mobile play of the game. And that's brought to you by T-Mobile. 5G home internet. Mo Diabate with the 3. Again, one of the many shots that Alabama put on in the or made rather in the second half that really put this game out of reach. Diabate for the game had 13 points, 5 of 6 from the floor. He was 1 of 1 from 3. You heard it. He also had 8 rebounds to go along with those 13 points, and pretty solid post-game interview as well. So Mo Diabate, our T-Mobile play of the game with that 3 that you heard there in the second half. Again, Alabama with the win in style, 99-70. They take down Kentucky, and we will take a peek at what the bracket holds for us on Saturday. Top 4 seeds all advance. Auburn and Tennessee in semifinal number 1. Florida and Alabama in semifinal number 2. We are back to Nashville for closing comments after this timeout on the SEC Radio Network.
Mercedes-Benz asks you this: what do elite athletes and luxury vehicles have in common? A winning drive, for starters. Both are versatile, intelligent, and constantly innovating. Both navigate speed bumps and leave fans with goosebumps. And of course, only the best become stars. Mercedes-Benz, available in electric, gas, or plug-in hybrid. Discover uncompromising luxury at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Learn more at MBUSA.com. Mercedes-Benz, official luxury vehicle of the SEC.
At Sprouts Farmers Market, we're all about fresh, healthy, and delicious. Every shopping trip is an adventure, with new and ahead-of-the-trend products hitting the shelves every month. From the latest mouth-watering vegan and gluten-free cookies to yummy plant-based protein bars, there's always something new to explore. Plus, find more than 2,800 Sprouts brand items filled with incredible flavor and better-for-you ingredients. Visit your neighborhood Sprouts today, the official grocer of the Southeastern Conference.
You're listening to the SEC Men's Basketball Tournament.
Wants to try another 3. He'll make another 3.
On the SEC Radio Network.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm the valet at the game, and I'm as tight on cash as this lot is on space. So I'm going to park your way too big truck and in this way too small spot. And if you don't have the right auto insurance,